Welcome back to A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan. We have a very special guest on the line, but before we get to him, let's do something that we, meaning you and I, are terrible at. Let's plug something.
Okay.
You got something? I got something loaded.
Go ahead.
Okay, YouTube, our YouTube channel. I was just talking to our guest about this. The YouTube is awesome, and it's not like this thing's going to get any less popular, the YouTubes. And we're on there, so you can search Tom and Dan Live, search for us, and also search for our next guest. Search for The Humidor, thehumidor.com. On the line with us right now, you see him in the bottom left-hand corner making faces. Today, he's doing double duty. He had to step outside after kicking some ass to do our interview. It's Chris Gwaltney. How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. Trying to get these bouncers straight.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. They don't know. Don't eat the big white men. Right?
I told them, I told these guys Wade Garrett's still the best, but they wanted to hire me. So
I haven't seen that movie in a minute. Does it still hold up?
It holds up.
Okay.
It is the greatest piece of cinematic anything ever created.
Okay.
I mean, dude, I love all, I'm a movie guy. I love movies, but there's something about this movie that you just got to watch it.
Now, Tom is jealous because he doesn't have his Shawshank Redemption background. A beach with a boat buried in the sand. Why is he sanding the boat? Do you want to start that? Do you want to start that all over again?
So, before we started, Chris, Daniel was complimenting you on your beautiful website.
It's awesome.
And the content. And
because there's like cigar, like okay, can I just tell the story?
Yeah.
I've never dug into your website as much as I did this morning, and I got mad at myself because I was like, well, here's all the stuff we could have talked to Chris about instead of baseball.
Although I do want to talk baseball.
I knew you would, but I got really mad because there are some really good articles on there. So for my buddies that are into cooking and grilling, there's a great article that I downloaded that's about grilling, having a barbecue, whether you're making Italian food, whatever, and how you can actually pair cigars with that. I didn't know anything about that. Is that something you came up with, Chris?
No, I mean it's obviously.
I mean, like the article, not like pairing food with cigars.
Articles and stuff, but we've got a lot of really good people in marketing. They have all these ideas. I have one young lady that kind of oversees all the website information and the ad programs that we push out, and she'll send me a list of things, ideas that she'd like to do or whatever, and try to make it happen. And I tell you, sometimes it's like some of the ideas are crazy, but we find a way to do it. And I think the cookout thing was pretty cool.
Yeah, it's really cool because it goes pretty in depth about spice and flavor profiles and the characteristics of cigars when paired with, like, let's say, Mexican food that happens to be spicy.
Yeah.
I agree. I think what makes it really cool is the fact that they absolutely, the girl Courtney's the one that I work with on this.
Shout
she doesn't know
Courtney.
anything about cigars. She's not a cigar person.
Yeah.
And but she throws ideas out there that me being in the cigar world, I might not think about, because if you look, it's like everything's kind of overdone. Like everybody in the cigar world, when it comes to pairing and how you present your product, there's not a whole lot of change. Everybody does it the same way. So she throws out these crazy ideas, and I just find a way to squeeze cigars in there and make it work. And that actually creates really good content. So it's really nice, no matter what kind of line of work you're in, get somebody that's out of your normal, spectrum or whatever. And just, no matter how crazy the idea is, find a way to make it work with what you're doing. And that's how you create really cool new content that nobody else is doing.
Yeah, it's fresh, man. It's really, really well done. So hats off and love to Courtney for making the website great.
So I know I'm months behind, probably a year behind, but I finished.
Are you going to ask Chris about Game of Thrones again? I hate it when you do that.
No, but I finished The Last Dance, the Michael Jordan documentary.
It's really good, dude.
And
it's the only documentary I think I could maybe watch again.
And it dawned on me when they, after every championship, they'd smoke cigars, and then it would be him, Scottie Pippen, Rodman, and they'd be smoking a cigar in celebration. And I'm like, man, like that looks way cooler than spraying each other down with champagne with ski goggles on. Like, I'm like, and then I started thinking, I was like, not to be an old man, but I'm like, that is like, you're celebrating your championship hat, you're smoking a cigar, you're not spraying each other down Oakley ski goggles.
You know that our show is becoming named Not to Be an Old Man. Like, that's what it's becoming now.
It's cooler, and I know that we've talked about that, a little bit before, like basketball players and like that championship cigar or that like celebration cigar. But do you think that is that still is prevalent? I mean, obviously, it seemed like way more prevalent in the '90s, but smoking a cigar in celebration is cool, and it should be brought back. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I agree. What do you think about that, Chris?
Yeah, I think it still happens. I mean, we see it in the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah.
They always smoke cigars, and we see it in baseball. Even though you're used to you're right. The goggles, the ski goggles, and the champagne and the beer and everything else. But if you remember, you can recall. I remember when the Cubs won it. I was just watching. My Braves haven't won a World Series in a while, so I don't watch a lot of after parties. But when the Cubs did it, and Joe Madden being from Tampa, I was watching everything. Of course, Bill Murray's there.
Yeah.
And, Joe Madden's walking around. They're all smoking cigars and stuff. So, it still happens, but happens in college. There's a tradition. And when Tennessee and Alabama play each other, the winner of the game, which is for the last 172 years, has been Alabama. But it's kind of become a tradition for Alabama to smoke cigars. But the winner would always smoke cigars in the locker room. So that stuff always gets out. And of course, people on social media go, "What are these college kids doing smoking inside inside the stadium? They're going to get in trouble." But it's kind of a tradition, which is pretty cool. So to me, it's always been a celebratory thing, right? I mean, if it goes back to it's a boy, it's a girl cigars. And the father passes out cigars to everybody, who's there for the, hanging around. For
Funny
the
story. I had one of what I can only imagine. I have no way to vet this or confirm. I had a cigar that I found in my dad's top drawer when I just had their estate sale. And it was it's a boy. And I was going to bring it in to show you on the camera and everything, but it disintegrated before my very eyes.
Turned to dust.
It was not. It was a mummy bone. And so I learned within a matter of seconds that yes, you're supposed to have these things kept in a humidor. That's what it's for. But
if it's a boy cigar.
It's a garbage cigar to begin with. But
was it from your birth?
I'm guessing it was 44 years old, yeah.
He had a 44-year-old. It's a boy.
I was going to smoke it and see if I could create a black hole and get sucked into and get superpowers. If you smoke your own It's a Boy cigar at the age of 45 years old, something happens, I feel like.
That's cool.
Chris.
It was kind of cool, but yeah, it had the wrapper, the cellophane, and you could tell that it was very, very budget. But yeah, I like it. It's the tradition of it's cute. You know?
Chris, let's talk baseball because.
Are you going to bring this up and get mad again about how they're making it harder?
Well,
is this the wool core thing?
I heard more. I've heard some other arguments about it since we talked about it on Tuesday's Nerd Jock, but
we've never referenced a Nerd Jock, by the way.
So I know, but and I've heard the argument that they're trying to make actual hits, doubles, triples, more prevalent because that's more exciting than just home runs. Although me and Daniel's argument, what's more exciting than a home run?
I think home runs where it's at.
But with that, when you're, I guess, deadening the ball, you actually make pitching harder, and then they're attributing all these no-hitters to this as well.
Right.
So in one aspect, you're making home runs harder to hit and more infield play, but you're actually making the ball harder to hit, which makes less infield play. It seems like they're screwing themselves either way. Chris, have you heard about all this?
Yeah, I've heard that argument. To me, here's how you solve the question. If you went to a baseball game, would you rather watch a guy hit 4 home runs or hit for the cycle?
4 home runs for sure.
Hold on a second. I need to preface or I need to jump in here and say I don't know what hit for the cycle means.
hit for the cycle means you get a single, a double, a triple, and a home run in the same game.
Oh, okay.
So,
I just want to make sure. I'm not a baseball guy, so I don't. But I would rather see the home run. Yeah, and I've been to a game where
people make such a big deal about the cycle, and really, it's like it's more of a statistical oddity. I mean, the truth be known, I mean, it's better statistically and for your slugging percentage if you had 2 doubles, and 2 home runs than just happen to have having that single in there just to fill out this statistical stat sheet.
That's just math, yeah.
But to me, I just do not understand taking away power number if you're trying to purposely take away power numbers, because people come to see home runs, right?
That's what we say.
And to me, the greatest thing in the world is great pitching going up against great hitting. And I think and when a guy hits a home run off a great pitcher, I don't think you should juice the ball to make the balls easier to go out of the park, and I don't think you should raise the mound to make it easier for pitchers. I think you should just let the game be the game, and that's the way it is, because everybody gets better. I mean, everybody talks about technology, and look, the bats are the bats, right? It's wood. It's not like they're using aluminum bats. So the technology is the same. Yeah, the athletes are better. The hitters have more sports nutrition, and they work out better, and they're more athletic today than they've ever been.
Sure.
But so are the pitchers. I mean, the pitchers are unbelievable. And they throw ungodly stuff, and so to me, just leave it alone, but in the end, I mean, if you're going to do anything, if you have to do something, I think inflating home run numbers is better for people want to see home runs. The old Greg Maddux and Todd Smoltz and Tom Glavine, Chicks Dig the Long Ball commercials, from back in the day. I mean, that's true, man. Everybody loves to see home runs get hit. And when you know that a guy gets a no-hitter and he gets through that murderer's row of all these great hitters and still able to pull off a no-hitter, that's an accomplishment. But if you're deadening the ball, to me, it just takes away from it.
As the guy who asked what hitting for the cycle means, I'll say I've been in a stadium when a home run was hit, and it was awesome. Like that feeling of, because you hear it's quiet, and then you hear it, and then it's not quiet, and then you hear it build. Yeah, it's awesome because you don't know what's going to happen. Is it actually going to be a home run? And of course it is, but that I don't even know if there's a term for that, but that wave of noise, it's awesome.
I guess the counter argument that I heard was the actual game and the fact of like runners on base, and when you take that away, it limits what the game is, or it becomes to you either don't hit the ball or hit a home run. Yeah. It's like a strikeout.
So are they admitting that something is currently wrong with baseball? Or are they saying something is wrong with it? Because, like, as Chris is saying, why can't we just leave it and let it be?
Well, I think this. Go ahead, Chris. Yeah. Sorry.
Well, you talk about it. We've kind of had 2 different worlds, right? If you go back to the American League and National League, when you have the DH in the AL and don't have DH in the National League, it was 2 different games. Now, people. It's still the same game of baseball, but the games were managed a little differently. So the American League just wait around till somebody hits a home run kind of deal. It was a power hitting game because you had that extra power hitter hitting in the DH spot. And the National League was a little bit more, even though you still obviously have a lot of home runs, you have power hitters, it seemed to be more of a station to station game. You saw a lot of more hit and run, You saw a lot more getting runners into scoring position where you're stealing bases or doing a hit and run when you're ahead to count, that sort of thing. And you didn't see it so much in the American League because you always had, it seemed like you had 3 or 4 really good power hitters throughout your lineup, right? You didn't have to worry. You didn't have to bat around or scheme around that pitcher position. And people don't realize how important that is. If that pitcher's batting 9th and you get runners on base and you got 2 outs and you're coming up to that eighth spot, in that 9th spot, you got to start thinking where you are in the game. Is it worth keeping this pitcher in if it's a tight game? Because I know that he's more than likely going to either strike out or hit a dribbler back to the mound. And this is a golden opportunity for me. So, that's a decision that an American League manager never had to make, And so I do like that. I've always been more of a fan of National League baseball. So yeah, I think, but I'm with you. Leave the baseball alone. I think people are going to watch the game
Leave Brittany alone.
And I don't think you need to. I don't think you need to tweak with it. I mean, we've already got DH, and I just
I agree
don't
with
stop
you.
messing with baseball. It drives me crazy.
I agree with you.
The
Tom,
reason
you are the biggest baseball purist on this show.
No. Well, the reason why they're messing with it, I think, is to try because this all comes down to all these things are the base of their business is the entertainment business, right?
Yeah.
So this is sports entertainment. Everything is sold on viewers, right? So you need viewers, you need people in the stands to make money, to make the business more profitable, blah blah blah. I wonder if, like all sports, and baseball maybe because it's the oldest, this is. So do you think as sports progress and things get more technical, right, and things get more precise because it's
dialing down the details,
dialing it down. We're
kind of doing that now with our own business. Yeah.
Then there's a diminishing return of entertainment, right? As things get more technical, it's kind of like remember skateboard vert, right? It was like in the 80s, it was like, oh my God, he did 2 complete rotations, and things progress super fast.
We made a ton of strides, and now we're not making those huge strides.
And now it just becomes like super technical. The skateboarder's doing fakey stuff that we can't. The viewer can't even understand what they're watching because it's so technical that when they land, they're like, "Well, that trick doesn't look hard. I want to see someone do 5 spins, but you can't even. You can't do more than 5. Well, no, it's just it's physically impossible, right? So then it has to become, well, I'll do 5 spins fakey, or I'll do
Well, my point is that I'm sure a backflip was never seemed possible before, but eventually somebody did it. I don't know, as humans progress or we learn how to do stuff.
But then after you do 3, you can't do 4. It just the laws of physics. So like with baseball, it got so technical that now they're trying to use tiny little deadening the ball to try to mess with the game, but you think there's just a natural plateau and evolution of this sports entertainment that it can't get any more entertaining because it's so technical now that the viewers can't even understand the minute differences?
Well, I think what baseball has to do is, is getting people to embrace the game the way it is. And I think the first step in doing that is having characters and having marquee players and star players and players that people are going to gravitate to. If you look at back when the NBA was a disaster, and then it comes up, you get Michael Jordan, and you've got Patrick Ewing, and you've got people like Dennis Rodman, and you had this influx of different talent, and you had different characters. You had the bad boys in Detroit, and you had the old stalwart, Boston Celtics, and you had the Lakers, of course.
Is that on the league though, to try and frame that and maybe use their?
I just think I think baseball's doing a good job of marketing their top players. I mean, you see Ronald Acuna everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
You see these guys, and they are characters. First of all, they have to be good players, but they also have to be kind of charismatic and do crazy things on the field. So the bat flipping and all that stuff, a lot of purists will be like, that's stupid. But you know what, those sort of things kind of create a reputation for these players. And people who aren't traditional baseball fans in the next generation, they see that stuff and they see a TikTok video of him, or, a short video on YouTube of a bat flip, played to music or whatever. I mean, those in today's generation, man, that's how you get people over. It's not just, doing goofy commercials on ESPN. It's when this stuff ends up on TikTok and Twitter and all these different platforms, and people doing all these mashup videos and stuff. I mean, that stuff's important, for the next generation. So
and we're learning that. We have to do more of that. We have a dummy in here, and this morning I filmed me doing a voice of the dummy and then throwing a paper ball into the trash can.
You'll be dressed as your own grandpa.
I did it. I used the dummy. I did a voice like hello, doing a voice and everything. And I deleted the F out of it. I've never felt more stupid. I got done with it. Thank God you didn't walk in on me doing it. I've been mortified.
And then speaking of changing the rules of baseball, it seems like a sport.
No pants.
The NFL, that you've seen such dramatic rule changes, and it seems like the viewer is more willing to accept it. I know we bitch about it for a little bit. We're like, oh, you can't even hit receivers anymore over the middle, or like you can't even hit the quarterback.
Yeah.
And now we're at a point where we're like, oh, I like the quarterbacks and these characters playing for long periods of time. You think like if this is old rules, Brady would be dead 5 years ago.
Quarterbacks are not as entertaining.
Yeah. Like so, then you know when your quarterbacks are injured for the entire year and out of the league, and fast as hell because they're all getting hit in the blind side by guys that
who was that guy that used to play for the Cardinals that used to hit people? He'd just aim his head down, little guy, and he got so many penalties. He was just killing people.
So they've managed to make rule changes that actually increase the entertainment of the game, but it doesn't seem like there's very many or any wiggle room in baseball. What are they going to do? You know what I'm saying? Like you start making it too insane where it's so easy to hit home runs, then it becomes.
You can't do that.
I think it's probably what it's become now, where it's like, oh, we need to dial it back because there's too many home runs.
Well, then you have to leave it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, first of all, with football, the guys who would have been offensive linemen, in the '60s would be, wouldn't be big enough to play safety today. So I mean, the guys are so much bigger and athletic than they've ever been. I mean, I can remember. You'd have these guys that were like end up being Hall of Famers, and today they would just be, your second or third best defensive end, the guy you bring in on pass rush situations. So the NFL had to change because the athletes got faster, stronger, bigger. But baseball, it's still the same. The field, it's the ball, you're throwing it, and a guy's trying to hit the ball with the bat, and it doesn't matter if you're Bo Jackson or you're Tony Gwynn or you're Ken Griffey Jr., you have to hit that ball, and you still have to hit the ball. You still have to field your position. So I really think baseball is in a really unique position where it doesn't have to make all these crazy changes that affect statistics, that affect statistics like football. If you think about football now, passing stats today, 10 years ago, they just keep getting outrageous where you're going to have guys that are going to be, I need to be in the Hall of Fame because and when you compare errors because look at where I'm at. Yeah, but when that guy threw for half the yardage you did, it was a different game. So in baseball, it's still a ball, it's still a stick. And yes, baseball cares more about its statistics. And I think that's where it probably comes in. In football, nobody cares. Nobody cared about steroids. Nobody cares about any of the numbers. They just care about the game. And in baseball, people got a little concerned that if we were artificially doing things to inflate home runs, whether it's performance-enhancing drugs or juicing the ball, then it makes those old numbers that Babe Ruth did and
that's probably always going to be a
Mickey
problem.
Mantle and Roger Maris.
Yeah.
So that's always going to be an issue. But you know what? You just got to let nature take its course. And if guys are bigger, stronger, and faster, and they just hit more home runs, then so be it. But don't have them do it by juicing the ball, and definitely don't dial it back. I call it tiger-proofing the course. Remember in the Masters when they said, we have to, the course is too short. It's not fair. He's too good. We got to make the course, more playable.
I believe I disagreed with that at the time. Else. I remember it's not sorry he's got the superpowers. You just you got to let him go.
Yeah, I mean, just sorry, dude. He's the man. And the great part about it was he was like, sure, go ahead, tiger proof it. He still won. He still won. It didn't matter.
I'm kind of like that with it. I'm kind of like that with even LeBron being banned or anything. I'm just like, it's fine. It's LeBron. I don't care. Like, I don't care. I have a dog in the fight. I don't care.
Again, it's sports entertainment. It's like
leave it alone. You're taking it too seriously.
Well, Chris, thanks for taking the time to talk to us today.
Yeah, make sure that you honestly do go to thehumidor.com/weekend cookout cigar pairings. That's my that's going to be my little tip to our BDMs, because I know that in a lot of our groups, the things I see the most are White Claws. I see bottles of scotch from ABC, cigars, and grilling. Those are like 4 things that I see constantly on our BDM page, so go check out that article.
Yep. Again, use promo code Tom and Dan when you go to thehumidor.com and purchase anything. It helps us, and you get 20% off.
Indeed.
Chris, we'll talk to you next month, okay?
Awesome, man. Thanks.
All right, man.
Take it easy.
We'll see you soon. Be good. That is Chris Gwaltney.
All right, we'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back with more Corporate Time. Welcome to Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan. No Sam.
No, she's still on vacation
Yeah.
in the mountains of Georgia.
It looks like she's having a lot of fun. She went to, and I like saying this because it makes Tom laugh, and the topic before we hit the air was old people. She went to Babyland General, the home of the Xavier Roberts Cabbage Patch Kid dolls.
Wow.
She got to see Mama Cabbage birth a cabbage, where I believe the entire crowd screams, "Push, Mama Cabbage, push!" I've always wanted to
they
go.
don't.
I have always wanted to go to this.
Mama Cabbage?
Yeah,
Oh
Mama
my
Cabbage. I have
gosh.
always wanted to, and see, I know a lot about this because I've had in-depth discussions with somebody else who's been there, our friend Summer Aiello. This is years ago, too, by the way. This isn't like a new
Wow.
thing. And Sam gets to be at Babyland General, and I am very jealous.
I feel like this should be on my bucket list.
Yeah, well,
No,
what I want to
Deborah,
do,
don't.
no, you
This
go
is-
up there with your medical
No.
marijuana in hand.
There you go.
And you
you
pre-gamed
can't bring
it-
those
you
to Georgia.
And you pre-gamed at the before you cross the state line, and you pre-game at the hotel, and then you walk in and you keep your giggling down to a minimum, and then you walk around Babyland General and have the time of your life. I love
So
weirdo
you're
stuff.
not gonna
man.
have the time of your life.
I love weirdo stuff.
So Deborah's here from Fairvilla Megastore. How you doing, Deborah?
I am doing great. Thank you.
So you guys do a really good job with kind of theming every month because every month has something to it, right?
Like
there's
some kind of party.
some sort of
Like today is
holiday.
National Senior Health and Fitness Day.
I need to go walk around the block.
Yeah, well, me
No.
too. Me too.
And you mentioned that June is Pride Month, and also you brought in a bunch of party, I guess, supplies.
Whoa.
Yes.
Wait a minute. I see something that I don't think you can put on camera that's made of aluminum that I'm going to need to buy.
Yeah.
what is
It's
that?
a
Yeah.
cake pan shaped
Yes.
like a veiny D.
oh, the Vanity cake.
Sign me up
Yes.
for 5 of those, please.
And we have them in multiple sizes.
Oh,
Come
really?
on
Oh,
now.
yeah.
Come on
Oh,
now.
yeah.
Do you have elevator button?
You like I embarrass you?
Well, I just like multiple sizes.
I don't think they have
I
a
was gonna
tiny,
say-
grotesque, in the bush cake pan.
Oh, my gosh.
So I feel like if you're gonna have a bachelorette party, and you're looking for some things that
There's
are
only
shaped
one
like
place.
these.
Yeah, there's
yeah.
only one place you can go.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
go to the mall.
No.
Don't order online because you're going to get garbage, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm just
Yeah.
telling you. If you're going to
Yeah,
order
yeah.
it, if you're going to Wish, if you're hitting up Oriental Trading, which I don't think you're allowed to say that, but it's a company.
Yeah.
And I like tell my wife that because
Yeah.
she gets the catalog out. I'm like, nah, well, if you're going to get something spicy, go to Fairvilla so you can actually
Yeah.
see the products.
Yeah. You're gonna get some straight up
Oh, man.
cancer
You know what's gonna suck?
plastic
You know what's gonna-
Alibaba
yeah,
pee-pee.
and you're gonna get the Alibaba pee-pee. I'm telling you, and you're gonna, and you nothing's worse. And this, my dad said this. The last thing he said in his deathbed. Nothing's worse than getting cancer from a straw shaped like a penis.
Lip
Nothing
cancer.
worse than that.
Yeah.
You literally get lip cancer and die. And well, why did he get cancer? Because you ordered the D straws from Alibaba.
So sorry, Deborah. So let's start with what do you want to start with the party D's?
I rattled you. It was the dad comment. I'm sorry. I rattled you.
I did
I
rattle me.
deserve that. I'm
I'm
sorry.
Well, let's start with the engagement and all that party
Okay.
stuff first.
Let's,
I think
let's
that's
start
great.
and let's ease in. Yeah,
Let's ease in. Well, it all kind of works together in this fun Fairvilla way. But a lot of people who have put off their weddings and their engagement parties,
A lot of people.
for the last year because, come on, you couldn't really get a group together and feel comfortable.
No.
So it is now open season. I'm telling you, game on. A lot of people are planning their weddings. They're planning their parties. They're doing their bachelor parties. And we are stocked. We are ready for that. We're seeing an uptick in all the movement of those products. So I brought a cool assortment of items. We have all the party sashes, and we have fun takeoffs on those too. We actually have rainbow party sashes, depending on what you're looking for. Bride Pride.
Oh, Bride Pride.
Yeah,
A lot of that's going to be happening.
Absolutely.
I have a very good gay buddy who's hitching the wagon during Pride Week.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
like linking it up.
Yep, and why not even? We have them in other colors, but why not even have a rainbow light up shot glass with a little penis on the inside?
No.
Oh, if you didn't have a penis on the inside, my daughter would love that. She loves
Yeah,
to
yeah.
light up necklaces.
Well,
It's a good thing you told
Well,
me.
it's
Oh.
a necklace too. You can wear it around your neck. Everybody buy you a
see.
shot.
I don't know.
Did you really
If you look
tell?
at, oh, you can tell.
Oh,
Yeah, if you look inside, it's
I don't know if anybody like
I'll do
my
a
sons.
test.
My sons wouldn't know what that is. I think like they would be like, "What is that?" I'm like, "That's fine."
And of course, like you mentioned, we do have the cake pans that
Yeah.
I won't hold up,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
We have.
Hold on, maybe I can do something here. If you
There's two in that
can I do
particular
it?
one.
Can I do it like this? Can I hold it up like that?
That looks like a balloon.
Yeah,
That
like a
does look
balloon.
like a balloon.
Yeah, I'm
That
holding
looks
it.
good.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
cake
yeah,
pan.
yeah.
You get the idea. There.
Oh,
Oh,
why
man,
is the string so thick?
There's actually two of them in that package, so you can actually make a cake in it, or you can use them for trays to hold snacks. You can make an ice cream cake in it. I mean, whatever you want to do for this special
Jell-O,
party.
Jell-O.
Yeah, a big old Jell-O.
Creamy Jello, like my grandma used to say, where you add the milk to it and you put lumps of coconut and pineapple inside.
Oh, what about marshmallows?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Put those on the tip.
The
I'm sorry.
It's interesting.
You always get speechless
when
when she brings in the novelty D's.
Bachelor parties don't do the V straws or anything. You know what I'm saying? For
Too hard.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And also, it's
Too
like
hard. We missed out on that. We get everything else, man. We can let them have peony straws.
no, I know, but it's weird that you go heavy with the Bachelorette D's. And then
Guys don't do that.
Guys don't do anything with the peas.
What we do is a lot more sinister.
Like strippers.
That's
It
so
is
true.
a little bit
Yeah,
because
yeah,
we're
yeah.
like, oh, one more night. Well, I am a monkey. I am a horrible monster. One more night before I hitch myself to this woman. I can never see another one. Brr, I am a moron.
I think it used to be like you were like borderline cheat on.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, and
like-
girls, they just a couple
yeah.
of plastic, this, a sash, a good,
Go out, get some drinks on.
yeah, male review. You know,
yeah,
at
yeah,
the
some
spiciest male review.
Yeah, plastic D's and a sash, and then that's it.
That's very harmless.
I will cheat tonight.
I'm going to ruin my. I'm
wanna
getting
cheat?
married tomorrow, but tonight I ruin it.
But you're gonna cry, bro. Because they always
Yeah,
cry.
they always cry.
They always
cry.
cry.
They always cry.
Well, we do have plenty of V's in the form of, what am I
I thought you
trying
were
to
going to say popcorn, and I was like, I'm
almost
in.
did, right? Now
Yeah.
I almost said popsicles, actually.
I'm into
but
that, too.
Lollipops,
Okay.
chocolates, and things like that. So we have them in a variety of genitalia. So lucky everybody.
Oh, that's awesome.
We do have some really fun games for the bachelorettes, though, too. We have the Cosmos Bachelorette Party Games. Just a lot of fun.
That's brand name.
Yeah,
Can I see
right?
that?
And I'm just ignorant to this, but in the gay community, do men have bachelor parties, like dual bachelor parties, separate? And
That's a
is that
great
a thing?
question.
That
I
really
don't know.
is a great question.
I'm gonna
Somebody
say,
needs to write in.
Okay, this is going to be a stereotype, but I'm just going to say yes because my gay friends have more fun at parties. Does that make
I
sense?
know, but it seems like
We're too
a
grumpy. You're
antiquated-
definitely too grumpy.
Well, I don't know, because it seems like an antiquated, the bachelor party for guys, for heterosexual guys, going back to the
Mine was
tonight I'm gonna
horrible.
cheat.
Yeah.
It seems like maybe an antiquated thing.
I made love to a man. They turned the lights on in the strip club, and I was holding a redneck.
You're like, what
Yeah, I
happened
was
here?
literally holding Rodney the Gator Hunter or somebody. Somebody like, yeah, it was like a man.
But I don't know if that's we'll have to hear from some of our
Some of the games
male
they
gay
have in here
listeners.
is That's What He Said, Nuptial Name Game, Porn or Polish, Minute to Win It, Minute to Win It. It's cool. They'll have some task on here, and you got to do
Yep.
that before the time runs out.
Yep.
Bachelorette bucket list and more. This is very cool.
Yep. And
Good price point on that too.
Oh yeah.
That's a
we
value.
have a lot. I mean, everything from dice to card games, all kinds of stuff. Of course, we have the obligatory button that a bride has to wear. This one
Yeah.
happens to be Bride and Dirty.
Oh, I like that. You should wear
Yep.
that all day.
And by the way, if you don't go full cheat on your bachelor party and you decide to go like pure, I want to go for like a fly fishing retreat.
I make fun of you. Yeah.
Because then I'm like,
I looked down
what,
on you.
what is it? Like,
And so
this
I,
is boring.
I know what the listeners are
Fly
saying.
fishing.
The listeners say, Dan, you can't have it both ways. You can't say don't cheat on your wife, but this bachelor party's lame. And my answer to that is yes, I can. I'm going to battle both of those.
You could ask,
Yeah.
absolutely.
You're gonna end up at
Sorry.
the Cabbage
Yeah,
Patch Hospital.
don't cheat on your wife. Babyland General would be a decent.
No.
That'd be Babyland General would be a decent bachelor party. This is what I want.
What
Tommy.
is that?
Yeah, so So this is the Pecker Party confetti gun.
Don't ever say that again.
Oh, yeah.
Don't ever say that
Oh,
again,
the
Deborah.
Pecker Party confetti gun.
Yeah.
What does that do?
Well,
I don't know, but
if
I
you
wanna
guys
put it-
really want to
Yeah.
open it up,
Well, I want to put it in Butler's
Get a-
mouth and pull the
get a
trigger.
pair of scissors and open that baby up. I'm not vacuuming.
Okay.
all right.
Oh, we have the cleaning lady comes tomorrow.
She's going to be
She'll
really
good-
again.
No, I have to hide the weenies when she comes in. 'Cause she's like a really good. She's a sweet woman.
Like, okay.
So Pecker
some
Party
scissors.
confetti gun.
Butler, give me some scissors.
And if you would rather have something else, we do have other confetti in other shapes.
Oh, yeah.
Sperm confetti. You can say that.
Yep.
Oh.
Yep.
I can say that. All right, I'm opening up the Pecker Party confetti gun.
Yep. It has several rounds of
Give
ammunition.
this to your son. Is it loaded?
It's their last day of school. I could
You're
celebrate.
supposed to look right in the barrel.
And I want to say that we also have one that has the sperm confetti too, but these are the little peony.
Okay.
confetti.
Oh, these are peonies.
Okay.
Peonies.
And
All
so
right, hold on.
this. Do you have to load it?
Oh yeah, and you get
like
this
a
is-
revolver.
Yeah, this is like a legit gun.
Oh, those is that one of those like that has like some sort of like the firework.
All right,
It's
ready?
got a firework.
There we go.
Oh, you're gonna shoot it?
He's got a gun! Finally.
Oh, shoot it at me and see
Okay,
what.
no, I'll put it in the air.
No, shoot it at my face.
Okay, right in your face. No, because then a Brandon Lee scenario. A Brandon Lee. You remember what happened on the set of The Crow? You remember the movie The Crow?
Oh, yes.
They had a blank in there, and then the wadding from the blank came out of the gun and killed him. What if you were killed by the Pecker Party confetti gun?
Oh, that, my
Can you
papa-
imagine the
God.
lawsuit?
My papa would be
and
like,
I'd
I
be
knew
on
it.
And my life would be ruined. I'm on the cover of everything, and they're like, this local pod nester pulled the trigger on the Pecker Party confetti gun. I'd be worse than what Jade did with
Yeah,
the
but-
water wee thing when what they did.
Oh,
in
she
the-
got famous.
Yeah,
after
oh, she did
rich.
get famous. Hold on, let me shoot you in the face. Here we go. I'm doing it.
All right, yeah.
3, 2, 1.
All right.
Yes. Now the party started.
Hey. Now I'm gonna start to go into any party. I'm gonna be like, what's happening here? Hey, it's amazing.
And this
That is awesome.
Yeah, it's a metallic confetti too. Like this is not just any ordinary confetti.
God, I hosed myself down.
Butler,
there.
get the vacuum.
Yeah, get the vacuum, Butler. You gotta vacuum up all these D's.
Oh,
Vacuum
gosh.
the D's, you idiot.
I'm gonna
That's
email your
awesome.
wife. I want a picture if you're doing it.
Yep, for sure. And as we move on into thinking more about that special day, the wedding itself, providing maybe a gift if this person's kind of close to you, something fun. We have kits. We have lots of fun little intimacy kits that with massagers that aren't intimidating.
I have one made by that. Is that what company is that?
This is by a company called XR. It's called a Bang.
Maybe
Kit.
that's not the one I have, but I have one that's purple that I got from
Yeah.
you guys. It was
Yeah.
a little, it was like a, hey, I think we talked about it during quarantine. It was like, hey, we're bored. Here's a little box of fun things to
Yep.
do. And it's really cool.
Yeah, this is great because it has a rechargeable bullet in it. It actually goes into like a little finger vibe. It's not intimidating. A little C-ring, a little
Yeah.
blindfold. So it's super fun. Everything is sealed, ready to go. And like I said, it's rechargeable too. So that's
Yeah.
a super nice gift.
I'm a
you
little
don't have
bit
to spend a
C-ring.
fortune. It's under $50.
You're a little bit finger cuffed, I feel like, right?
The blindfold, I feel like is a very popular
It's powerful.
item
It's a powerful move, man.
that I've never ever attempted or even attempted to attempt. Like for whatever reason. I think Crystal's way too paranoid. Like if I put a blindfold on her,
What are you going to do?
Yeah.
Like Bird Box.
She doesn't trust me.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I think it's bad.
If she
but
takes it off, I guess
Yeah.
it steals her soul or something.
and then I think she's gonna prank me. So if I put it on, I'd be constantly nervous that I'm like, who else is in here? like, like, who is that? I feel a
The
beard.
old switcheroo.
Yeah, like I don't
Well,
know.
I feel a beard. Why are you gonna put me in there?
Nice.
Why
That's
would
Daniel.
Why would you yell that? Why
Anyway.
would you wait till I'm on top of your wife to yell, that's
No,
Daniel?
no.
Yeah, there you go.
And then I'm running naked down your street.
Oh gosh. Or what about a little first bondage kit? It's very light. It's super soft ties and a little for your wrists and your ankles and
Now
a
we're
little
talking.
blindfold.
Yeah,
And
that's
again,
what you
this is
need.
a $30 item. It's really
Yeah,
easy,
that's a
great
good
little
price
gift.
point.
like I said, you're going to a bachelorette party. Maybe you want to put together a nice little prize or a gift basket for this bride or groom.
And it's not. It's very classy. You know, like the
Super
packaging and
classy.
everything. You can pull this out of and it's all high end stuff.
Yeah, it's
You know?
called
Oh, this
Sex and
is-
Mischief.
This is
It's
super
really
cool.
nice. Yeah, really
What's-
soft.
I believe this is made of a micro suede, which oddly enough, I learned from Netflix was invented by Halston. He invented micro suede because he invented a suede raincoat that got rained on, and he's like, he hated that. So then he invented his own
Micro
version.
suede.
So yeah, micro suede. So ladies could wear it all the time.
I feel like in the 80s, like 1 out of every 10 movies, there was always a scene where the sex worker would tie up the businessman
That
and
still
steal his
happens.
money.
That still happens.
Does it ever
That
happen?
happened to me, and they stole one of my kidneys.
No.
They cut it out, and you wake up in a bathtub. No.
Full of ice.
I have heard that people.
Does that happen? I guess maybe it's the people don't talk about it because
It's normally the guy, right? It's normally like the foil. The guy gets tied up, and then his bros find him
Yeah.
like
that's
tied to
it.
the
Yeah,
bed, and they're like, "Oh, look!" and they put a hat on it.
yeah.
Something like that.
Well, it's always they'd be like they stole all his money
Yeah,
and stuff,
yeah.
but they tied him up and they couldn't get out of it.
That one's a classic, and also skinny dip and steal the girl's clothing. That's a classic.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I still do that if I see people skinny dipping. You
skinny dipping is a thing in the past.
can't do. They'd be arrested.
Too many
Yeah.
people around
Yeah.
anymore, right?
And there's nobody skinny either. So it's like,
Yeah, that's true.
yeah, it's more like disgusto dipping.
And when you're putting together these gift bags, by the way, we have some really great new ones. They don't have to have just naughty words on them.
Yeah.
This one that I have actually says #lovable.
Oh, I love
It's really pretty. We have just a ton of fun gift bags too. So like I said, we're one-stop shopping here when it comes to that.
Yeah,
Okay.
you can get everything you need.
Oh yeah, you
and
don't
the
need
gift
to.
bag.
You don't need to go anywhere else, and you probably
Yeah.
pick up something for yourself too while you're
Oh yeah.
walking
well,
out. You know.
Why else would you go?
Yeah,
really?
exactly.
And then if you're the bride, don't forget we have some really beautiful items that you can buy for the night of as well. We have everything from really very nice, classy
Did you do
garter
that?
belts.
Yeah, look at that. That's pretty.
Yeah, super pretty, very adjustable, all kinds of sizing to fit any body. So
I'm a fan.
That, and of course,
I like that.
The little
I
crotchless
like the
panty.
hips. I like it up high, and
Yes.
I like
Yeah,
all
yeah,
that.
yeah.
yeah,
I'm a-
that's a great thing
I'm-
for the day of.
Call me a classic man,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
that
There's
is
something that you know
Always
what?
like it.
It's inside my DNA
Yeah.
from the show Silk Stockings
Yeah,
of the
wow.
1980s.
Boy,
Wow.
That-
guys, he just shared an intimate detail. That's a very intimate detail.
and
He doesn't
I
normally
don't-
open up like this, Deborah.
Hold on,
I
look
know.
up Silk Stockings. The
You're
intro.
spitting everywhere now. You all right, buddy?
I'm sorry.
turning red.
You need my pecker gun?
But there's there is something that is like burned into my psyche.
I'm with you.
About the garter belts and that.
I think that's a 90s thing. It was prevalent in
Yeah,
a lot
yeah.
of the, like, if they wanted to make a show sexy, that is kind of the look they would go for.
Absolutely.
And it's classic. It never goes out of style.
We sell so many stockings.
Yeah.
It's really in. High heels are way back in. We have a ton of new styles now.
That's
selling
all- I
very
What,
well.
what is that?
I
Like,
want my
the
wife on the
psychology.
highest heels.
Yeah, yeah.
In that. We're like, I like in stock. Yeah, I'm all about that 100%.
It's weird.
It
that-
accentuates the leg, man. And it makes everything look amazing.
What do you think that is? Because all other like fashion has changed, and you could see and like, all right, that's 80s pants, and that's 70s pants.
Oh,
that's
you mean
90s
like
pants.
you mean like a new version of it? You
But
want
yeah,
like a future
but like
version?
lingerie and like garter belts and like the stockings and all that's like seems timeless, right? Like
Yeah.
it's gone on for a long. I mean, I know there's tiny
think a lot of-
variations, but not huge. Like
I think to answer your question accurately, I think a lot of these styles go into like if you were to buy a book on fashion, they would throw in some mainstays that you would need. And for a man, it'd be like a pair of like nice gray slacks or a pair.
I guess,
And I think that this might go into the category of like for what ladies, we don't really have it as much. Like maybe for a man, it'd be like a nice pair of pajamas. Guys don't really wear that, but I'm just saying if you were taking style
Yeah.
cues from like a book,
Yeah.
I think this would go in as like just something that's timeless. That it always. It's that was made. I would imagine it's French in origin in some way because they were dealing with lace and all of that, and now it's kind of become like a main.
It's a staple for us. We have to keep them in stock. And people know that we carry them. And they
all
come to
different
us.
sizes.
Yeah,
so
sizes,
if you're
colors,
a larger
absolutely.
gal, they got you.
Absolutely.
I've had that question come up from, because you got the curvier ladies and they want to feel sexy and comfortable. There's only one place for you,
That's
Fairvilla.
absolutely true.
That's his. He likes the curvy. Yeah.
Well,
Likes the curvy.
The curvy.
You been on TikTok?
Just
the curvy TikTok.
All right. And just because I know how much you like the body stockings, I brought a bridal body stocking here too. That's like the connected hose that go right into the body stocking itself. It's really cool.
That is really nice.
So again, you can really use your imagination.
Back end
Super
of that.
sexy.
Yeah, my God, the back end of that.
So make your wedding night extra special.
Teddy Body Stock. That's I'm changing my DJ name to
Teddy Body Stocking.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Teddy Body Stocking. I'm here with Deborah from Fairvilla. Uh-oh, pull the pecker gun. Oh, where's my pecker gun? Tom, have you seen it? I want to fire it.
You had it.
Oh, God, I'm spilling Mountain Dew. There it is. We're getting crazy.
That one shot far.
We're getting crazy on a Tease Out Tuesday.
Yep, absolutely.
So now Fairvilla, and as everything starts rolling back to somewhat normal, we're seeing things on the uptick. And I know you guys have really been busy the entire quarantine or the entire pandemic because people wanted to enjoy their lives and they were like, well, this seems like one way if I'm stuck in the house.
Yeah.
So it's one of the better ways.
But now things are opening up. Are you seeing like a rush of people now, like the second wave of people? All right, things are getting back to normal. Things are opening up. How's it been with that at Fairvilla?
Yeah, we've absolutely. I mean, we've remained very busy through pandemic. Like you say, a lot of people were at home. They wanted to make the most of it. Upgrade their wardrobe a little bit, add some excitement to their love life. And now we're still continuing to see an uptick. We're still very busy. I think people's attention will be a little more divided now that they're outside a little bit more. They're going to go to a movie theater and this and that. But we encourage people to continue to keep us in that as part of their extracurricular activities. Go to the movie, come by Fairvilla.
Oh man, I got a question from
parties.
the chat room to maybe help them, because sometimes we get questions and I can't monitor the chat room as quickly.
Yeah.
And I don't want to leave this person in the lurch. Jay Cornell says, legit question. We've got some flavored lube, but it doesn't say on the bottle if it's to be digested orally. I assume all flavored ones are okay to do that, but assuming we've done that before. So he wants to know, what would you do in that case?
Depending on, I would probably, it should be lickable. That's absolutely fine to ingest it that way. I wouldn't consume large amounts of it. We do have some brands.
I think he wants to put it on ice cream.
Okay. Well, we actually have a diabetic customer at one of our stores that comes in and gets Wicked Sensual Care, makes wonderful flavors.
We've had some of the Wicked stuff. Yeah, it's good.
They're outstanding.
Is that the salted caramel one?
Yes. Yeah. In fact, that's the flavor they prefer, and they actually come in, we order them the biggest bottle we can get, and they use it on their foods, on their ice cream.
Weird.
Yeah.
To help them get them down their throats.
All I'm saying is, and
it's easier to eat a cactus.
Amazing. There was I know we're going to talk about like gay days coming up here in a second, but we actually did one of the expos, and I had brought in an ice cream machine, and we actually did flavored sundaes using another company's product, System Joe, and I got to tell you, it tasted amazing. It was wonderful. You could mix and match and do all kinds of fun sundaes with that. So most of them are made, yes, to be consumed and digested. Since I can't see that product label, it's one of those things I'd have to look up for you, but I feel pretty confident that it's going to at least be lickable. I would hesitate to use it in mass quantities. And my rule of thumb is typically don't use it internally, just because you could actually have an issue with infection or something like that. Some of them are made for internal use as well. They have no glycerins or parabens or anything.
Those are the ones you like.
Could be a problem.
Tom's an internal lube.
But flavors typically, just to be on the safe side, use on the outside of the body.
I like it.
Deborah, thanks so much for coming in. I know with the gay days coming up and like June, what is the I guess the staple? I know with Disney, is that did they do it in Disney World in June?
Yes.
Or is it June? Okay.
It is in June, but I'm blanking on the date right now of when it.
It's usually the first week and weekend of June that we typically work with, like the Gay Days Expo. This year it is canceled again, just out of abundance of caution, because you have to
Sure.
plan so far ahead for these things. They had to make the call, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I'm sure it will be back on next year. That does not mean, however, that there won't be events happening at local bars. I'm sure there will probably still be some people that make that pilgrimage into Disney throughout the month. So we have, of course, and you know how I love my Gumball Poodle. We have new Gumball Poodle Pride socks in.
Those are great.
Show your pride.
Oh, they're running a lower size now.
Yeah,
'Cause
they have the knee highs and they have the crew.
Yeah, I like crew socks.
Yep.
I'm a sucker for a good crew sock, and they're really well made socks.
Yeah,
They're not
super
just
good.
they're not just fun. They're
Yep.
like they'll end up being the ones you like to wear.
Yep. So we have lots of fun things from rainbow tutus to socks. I even brought some engagement party tape. If somebody's planning to do that this month. Rainbow pecker bites for the party. If you want to have your own party and celebrate Pride.
I'm Teddy. What was my name? I'll be Teddy Bodystocking, and you're Rainbow Pecker Bites. And we are the new morning show.
Yeah. I like that. Man, we could be huge in the gay community.
We're not gay, so maybe not.
Well, listen, we
As
don't
soon as
have
they
to be
found
gay
out
to
we're
make.
not
You can
gay.
be
Hold on.
supportive.
Yeah, we can never
you know
say
what I'm
we're gay.
No, no,
Because that's
no.
how you shoot you in your foot. Like you.
Why? Well, what if I say I don't know yet? Because the back of
Well, I like that.
Daniel doesn't either.
I don't know that. I'm
And
still on my journey.
Okay.
It's like when people ask me about Christianity. I go, I'm still on my journey. I'm still on my journey. I'm figuring it out.
You know, it could be. I have no idea.
I'm holding out until I die. And then if there is a God, bring me
You're
up.
going to know.
And if there's not,
Yeah. Yep, absolutely.
And if he's gay, I was gay the whole time.
So, Fairvilla Megastore, a location on OBT. Obviously, that's their biggest location.
Yeah,
that's
it's the
a
one.
mainstay.
Yeah. But there are other locations you can go to as well.
On the coast, I drive in Secrets Hideaway down in the Keys, Key
Yes.
West, which I imagine is going crazy right now.
Yeah.
Like
I fell off of Florida. It partied so hard.
Yeah.
As soon as the masks.
Right.
Yeah.
It just detached and started floating out to sea.
Yeah. There's tons of stories about how airline tickets are insane. Everybody's
Everybody's freaking out.
It's open.
Everybody's I'm so glad that I have
Everybody's
airfare for my birthday coming up. Like, I don't even think we'd get a flight.
Or you could, but it'd be insane.
Right.
Deborah, thanks so much for coming
you're
by. We appreciate it. And
Yeah, we'll take a break. Or is this, where are we, 3?
no, we'll take a break.
Yeah, we'll take a break. Come right back with more A Corporate Time.
Welcome back to A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan, and man, it's we're getting to talk to a lot of old friends. This is really, really cool to have this guy on the line.
So we've been doing things with the Ocoee Fire Department for a while. Obviously, the golf tournament, and try to help them out with any of the charitable events they put on. And they contacted me the other day. They're like, "Hey, we're doing a poker tournament for charity. Do you think you could spread the word?" I was like, "No problem." So on the line with us right now, Shorty from the Ocoee Fire Department. How you doing, Shorty?
What's going on, Tom and Dan? I'm doing fantastic. Thanks for having me on today.
Anytime, man. It's always good to talk to a fellow shortman.
He's taller than you.
I know he's taller than me. I'm a bit of a big deal in the short community because I happen to be nearing disability level of shortness.
I'm nearing disability of weightness.
Oh, then we need to get together, buddy. We could have a morning show. Weightness.
I need to follow you on that bicycle you've been riding, man. You look great.
Thank you, dude. I appreciate it. I'm trying, and Tom's trying too. And then I think we keep each other motivated because now we don't want either one of us to get sloppier than the other. So it balances out.
Yeah.
And then Butler, we got him real sloppy. When he came here, he was fit, and now he's got boobies. And then Samantha had, she's always paranoid, so she's losing weight and looking great. So we'll get it dialed in with a lot of dysfunction.
So, Shorty.
Now, honestly, Samantha never looked bad, so she doesn't need to do a thing.
I know. That's what I tell her.
Shorty.
I will tell you, when I saw Tom at the golf tournament last month, and it had been a year, because obviously I haven't seen you guys since COVID started, and man, he really did look good. I was surprised.
He does. It looks really, really good. He's a muscle man now.
No.
Yeah, he's got that hot dad bod.
Yeah, he does. He has that strong, round belly that's hard, man. Like you couldn't shoot a bullet would bounce off of that thing because there's tight. There's White Claw abs there, black cherry, baby.
Yeah. That's the hard doo-doo underneath.
Yeah,
It's like the
there's a lot of just angry tofu buried under there.
So, Shorty, tell us about this poker tournament. Who is it going to benefit, and how'd you guys, come up with doing this thing?
So we had a little bit of tragedy strike our Oak Cliff Fire Department family. A relatively young man, Taylor Pegg, has just got hired on back in January with us, and I believe it was sometime late in March or early April. He was doing a training exercise, and he fell out and had a seizure.
Oh my God!
The crew that was training with him took care of him, took him to the hospital. Got to the hospital, they found out he had a tumor on his brain, pretty good size. So this young man, in his short tenure with the Oakland Fire Department, being less than 3 months on, had really worked hard and impressed a lot of the older guys, and we see a great future in this gentleman. So he had just bought his house, moved up here closer to the city of Ocoee to better serve citizens, and unfortunately, he's going to be out of work for 6 to 8 months during his recovery. So since we've put this poker tournament on, or started getting it going, just to try to make a few house payments for him while he's out, he's had his surgery. The tumor has been removed. It was benign.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, he's going to have some accruing bills.
Sure.
So we just put together a golf tournament, and we thought that'd be not such a good idea to try to do back-to-back golf tournaments. So this is my first round with a poker tournament. And it's all to raise money for Taylor and his wife, Emily. We're like I said, we're just hoping to get him some cash to try to get him through the next 6 to 8 months. So far, the city worked with him tremendously on, protecting his job and those things. So that hasn't turned into an issue for him, and we're very blessed in that aspect. So we're...
Shorty, it's awesome, you guys, and when I hang out with you guys, and unfortunately,
They're
it's
always
usually
trying to
only
think
once
of
a
other
year.
people.
Yeah, it's just all you guys are salt of the earth, good
just
human beings, as good of a human as you could ask for. Of just these guys will take care of each other and take care of their family
It's
and take care of people
absolutely
around
a
them
family.
and do what's right, and that's why. Shorty, you and Trey and everybody at the Ocoee Fire Department that's why I always continue to support everything you do, because you're just real, genuine people.
Yeah, I mean,
appreciate
Shorty,
it.
you're not good at fighting fires, but you're amazing at helping people. You're amazing at helping children
No,
and
he
people.
can fight some fires.
But you've always said
He
that
probably hasn't in a while.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Thank God you have all this.
You work your way up.
It's thank God Shorty has all this free time to help people. If he were fighting fires all the time, he couldn't help the kids at base camp. He couldn't help this young gentleman who needs some help.
Hey, luckily for the citizens, I got a crew that fights the fires for me now. I don't have to do a whole lot of physical work anymore.
Exactly. That's what Shorties do. I got a crew here too, Shorty. This Shorty's got a crew.
That's right.
Yeah, we boss people
No,
around.
I speak great of this whole Central Florida firefighter community. I honestly think that, I train with different agencies throughout my years. And, man, we're all on par.
I love it.
The Central Florida community just has no idea the efforts that their fire departments put out for them, whether it be Ocoee, Orlando, Orange County, Maitland, Winter Garden. Man, everybody's dedicated to the highest level of service they can provide.
100%.
And we're all of the mindset of trying to help not only our brothers but our communities that we serve as well.
Well, that's why we like talking to you, man. It's and again, I'll say this one more time. It's never a problem if you guys ever have something going on and you just need to get the word out, man. We love helping out. It's the least we can do. We're not out there doing it like you guys are doing it, but it's the least we can do to help you out.
And let me tell everybody, go to the Ocoee Firefighters Facebook page. Just search for Ocoee Firefighters on their Facebook.
Easy.
All the information is there. there. The tournament's June 4th at 5 p.m. at the Winter Garden Elks Lodge, which,
Nice.
by the way, is a real man thing to do
That
when you're
sounds
hanging
awesome.
out. I'm
Yeah.
going to Elks Lodge
Play
to play
poker with Shorty.
to support my firefighters.
I like beer.
If you go to the Winter
This sounds fun.
the Winter Garden Elks Lodge to play poker
With Shorty.
with Shorty
Yeah.
to help a firefighter
Yeah.
who was battling a brain tumor, you're a real
Yeah,
man.
that's pretty damn amazing.
And you're a good person. Shorty,
So for the $75, Tom, you guys get a dinner. It's going to be a barbecue dinner supplied by Megabyte Barbecue. They're located there in the Winter Garden. It's going to have 2 sides. You'll get your poker chips and 1 free drink for the night. That's all inclusive in the $75 donation going towards the charity.
Love it.
yeah.
We're doing a 50-50 raffle. We'll also have a little side hustle of blackjack if you enjoy blackjack tables. So, a lot of stuff going on. Hopefully, like I said, we can raise a few dollars for this guy.
Hold on, Shorty. Do you think under the guides of charity that we could open up a one-day sports book where I can start taking bets?
Tom Van's one-day charity sports book.
Well,
Sponsored by Shortness and Weightness.
I'm just saying, because if we did a one-day sports book and I started taking bets,
We are officially the dumbest show on radio.
Because for sure I can make money off people betting that Tim Tebow is going to catch a touchdown, like stupid bets. People don't know how to
Yeah,
gamble.
yeah.
Like they're going to bet like.
And almost all of it's for charity. They'll love that part.
I'll take the vig.
They'll love it. I'll take the
Hey,
vig.
well, someone's got to. I'm doing the work. I'll take the vig. The rest of the money,
He's slinging around the lingo now, Shorty. Watch out.
Unless, as some off chance, Tebow does, and then it's bad, and then
Then you're coming out of company money because you defrauded a charity. I'm having to stroke a huge check to Shorty to make up the losses.
Oh yeah. Shorty's waiting outside in his truck for
with
us.
a bunch of like muscly firefighters. I'm like, hey guys, I've always supported you. And they're like, is Tom here? I'm like, he's not on premises, so just slow down. You don't have to beat him up or take his feet. Or
I've already left out the back door.
I don't know a whole lot about Texas Hold'em, but that's the style we're playing. We got some professional dealers coming out to deal the table for us. And the only terminology that I've learned thus far is we're going to eat at 5 and cards fly at 6.
There you go.
Okay.
Cards fly at 6.
Oh, I'd like to play against Shorty because I hear the weakness and he doesn't know how to
hear-
play.
Oh man, firefighting donkey all day long.
Although playing against someone who doesn't know how to
Sometimes
play
it's bad.
is almost worse.
Yeah, you don't want to use your logic.
because
That's
you're like, why is
Jimmy-
he all in?
Yeah,
And what can he have?
Dirty Jim or Jim Colbert always hated playing against me because I don't care, so I'll just screw around.
Shorty, real quick before we let you go, is there still as big of a waiting list to become a firefighter? Like, I know back in the day when my buddy Joe was becoming a firefighter, there was an insane waiting list of thousands of people. Is it still that bad?
No, sir. I think the job of being a firefighter is probably a little easier to ascertain in today's environment than it was, 17, 20 years ago when I started looking into it. So I was the same way. I went 2 years without a job trying to land a fire department job. But nowadays, just like our agency has several openings at this time. If anybody has all your credentials, feel free to apply. I know that Orange County is continuing to hire not only firefighter paramedics, but I believe they've opened their agency up to paramedic only for their rescue transport program. So if you got a clean background, you got all your credentials, it's pretty easy to get a job these days, in my opinion.
And it's a sweet job, obviously. Besides the fact of risking your life,
Well, you get to
and,
work with seemingly good people. Like most of the firefighters I know are stand-up, awesome.
You need to
Awesome
get
dudes.
into a firehouse with those Kelly days. That's where the sweet.
That's where it's at. You're right. You're right.
What you need to do is get into a firehouse and then somehow get funding from the government and then start setting your own fires around the city to up the amount of funding you get. and just
well, that's
start
good.
a
That's
huge
good.
arson government money plot.
Because my buddy Joe, we call him Porno Joe, he down in Miami, and
Yeah.
he's got Kelly days and all sorts of
Kelly
other things.
days, he's on the tee.
He's working 3 days a month.
Yeah.
I'm like 3 days a month.
And he's rich and he's muscles.
And I'm like, what? And then he's got his paramedic thing, and he teaches something, and it's like,
Oh,
I
what
got
is he
benefit.
teaching online? Would he do a master class
And
with
then I'm
Gordon
like,
Ramsay?
a pension? I'm like, you got a pension?
Yeah.
Anyway, Shorty, we appreciate.
I can't. I remember on the very first Dominic cruise Porto Joe was on. We got to hang out and know each other quite a bit. It was a pretty fun
Oh,
time.
I forgot he knows porno. Joe.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I forgot.
Well,
yeah.
I think that was before he really got into it and figured, because he tells me now, it's like, I work 3.5 days a month.
Yeah.
I got a pension. I got this thing. And I'm like, what is it? I'm like, this is the best job I've ever heard. And then he's like, he Zoomed me during the pandemic. And I'm like, he's like, I'm technically on the clock right now. I'm thinking 11 o'clock. You're eating chili. Anyway.
You don't think any of your friends work hard, dude?
No, they don't.
I'm
And they don't
serious.
think I work hard. And they're all
But
right.
you do work hard.
We're all right.
Yeah, no, you work hard.
Hey, Tom, that's all the South Florida benefits. You don't find benefits like that in Central Florida very often.
I know. I remind Shorty, and he gets mad every
yeah.
time.
Yeah.
We're all hard at the grind, man.
That's why he beats me every year in the long drive competition.
You just fire him up with anger.
And then he makes me drink his gasoline in a bucket. and I'm telling you, that's taking years off my life, Shorty. Every time I
Yeah, it's for the
swallow-
kids, man. It's for the kids.
Every time I swallow that gasoline, I'm like, oh, one more year. I'm not going to see my sons. Anyway, all
Hey,
right.
I'm just saying, I'm saving your wife those nursing home payments. That's all.
No, I like
God, you
that.
guys are mean to each other.
Yeah, Shorty's a real man.
Yeah. All right, Shorty. Well, hey, good luck with everything, man. And if you need anything else, just holler at us, all right?
I appreciate it. If everybody just goes to the Facebook page, and we're trying to get all the reservations in by next Wednesday evening, so we can have a good head count for
All right.
how many tables and dealers I need. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much.
Anytime, man. We got about a week, so guys, head up Ocoee Firefighters or Ocoee Fire Station. I don't know.
Yeah,
just search Ocoee Fire Department on Facebook. You'll find it.
Yeah.
See you, dude.
All right, man. Thank you, guys.
See ya,
He's
Shorty.
a good man.
Yeah, yes.
Always helping other people.
Yeah. That's I really like I could never live in a place like LA, even though I've heard it's changed a little bit. But from all the stories of anybody that moves out to LA, their number one thing is like, man, like everybody here is transient, and everybody moved out here for some dream. And so, therefore, everybody working in any position anywhere moved out here for a reason, and everybody's looking to get something out of from one another or to network or like what can you do for me?
I've never thought about that until my friend Dave told me a little bit about that. Yeah, there is a different mentality there.
And I'm sure that obviously you got the locals that have lived there forever, and they're just as good as every human. But it's like good to surround yourself with just grounded, real people.
Shorty's great.
Yeah, that just want to help other people, and
Trey,
want to
all
enjoy
the
their
guys-
lives.
All the guys that we link up with, it is funny. He mentioned something that's very interesting that you and I think found in the podcasting community versus the radio community. This isn't a diss, but podcast community a lot more helpful. Like different fire departments have to in some ways because of certain fires. They might need to call in some trucks or stuff like that. So there's a cohesiveness there, and there's competitiveness, and they want to be the best. But when you see that St. Baldrick's deal roll around, they all work together.
Oh,
It's not
yeah.
it's like a friendly competition to see how much money can we raise for children. That's the stuff we should be competing.
That's a brotherhood that they all help each other. And
I'm jealous of that. We don't have that.
Yeah.
I try to have that
Well,
with you, but
BDMs.
you don't look at me as a brother.
No.
We are not a band of brothers, sir.
Yeah.
You would leave me in the clutches of the Nazis. I know you would. I'd be standing there, and then it'd be like that one scene where he just drives the knife right into me.
No. And I'm thinking, I'm there. I could help you.
Yeah, you
but,
could.
My
You're
gun
shaking. Your sniper rifle's shaking.
Yeah.
Man, what are you doing over there? What are you looking at? I shoot you nothing. Nazi stabs me right in the heart.
I'm in the
Or
stairs.
is that a Russian?
No, I walk up the stairs and then you are fighting with the guy.
I'm struggling with him.
Yeah, Saving Private Ryan style, and then he's driving. And then
I think I'm combining a lot of movies and war movies together.
I feel like the BDMs are kind of a brotherhood, although they turn against each other pretty quick.
Yeah, they turn fast.
Oh yeah, they're turning against
What
us.
did you do? I'm like, hold on, I didn't do nothing.
Yeah, what did you say in the BDM page?
I don't say anything anymore.
You said you wanted to leave. Attack! They'll get you. Say anything.
Uh-oh. Bye-bye.
Welcome back to A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan, and welcome back.
Yes, and we're at the tail end of Fringe weeks. I'll say weeks because it's been multiple weeks.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of happy that Beer Garden's hanging around.
Yeah, and there's still Fringe shows going on.
Indeed. Get your button first, though. You got to do that. You got to get your button before you get your tickets.
And speaking of Fringe shows, we got a friend of the show that has a Fringe show.
How did you even say that?
Nicole. Oh no.
I jinxed you.
You know what happened? I was like, it's Dupree. Don't say Dupree. And
if you want to be free, don't say Dupree.
And then I was like,
if you want to save the day, you got to go Dupree.
Is it Dupree? Or is it Dupree? And
Where
then
do you
I'm
go? Where do you do?
And then I said, of course it's Dupree. All this happened when I was trying to say Nicole, by the way.
You go to a church, Dupree. That's how you'll remember it.
That will never.
Okay,
You don't understand.
Well, just introduce our guest, please.
How you doing, Nicole?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for having us on today.
Oh,
No problem.
anytime. And you brought along a guest, and I love it when you can bring. Because see, we don't really get in anybody of any importance other than people that have been in here and talked to us. Nicole has been in here multiple times and talked to us. But if we wanted to go outside of our just smaller circle of friends, it would be very difficult.
Yeah.
Nicole brings to the table the know-how, the power, and the elbow grease to get the big-time guest. And who did you bring along, my dear?
Oh, the superstar sheriff himself, Sheriff Dennis Lima of Seminole County.
That's your sheriff, Tom.
Yes, it is. I have a lot to talk about with Sheriff Lima because I got some.
Maybe Nicole
some
and I'll just
complaints.
handle this one. Maybe it'll just be a single. Me and Nicole get the word out, and you and Dennis can go somewhere else and talk about your. You're getting
Well, I
sidetracked
got to ask him about the raccoon problem I have.
Okay, well, let's talk about what they're doing first, and then I promise that I will let you ask the sheriff about your raccoon problem. Is that okay with you guys?
Yes, it is.
Sheriff Lima, is that okay with you if we get to the business first before we get to Tom's raccoons?
Listen, Dan, I've been waiting for this opportunity for a long time, and I was so blessed that Nicole extended it because, look, I've seen the cult type of following that you guys have with this sticker everywhere, so this is a long time coming for me.
Oh, right on.
All right.
He finally found out our ticket challenge. The lid's been blown off the show. He knows about the ticket challenge, the stickers where we promised our listeners that it would get them out of tickets. How we had no power or jurisdiction to even say that, Sheriff.
Well, I thought the 5-point star stickers were good. I don't know what you guys got going on with the stickers you got everywhere.
So, Nicole, let's talk about the Friends show because I know it's about a topic that's near and dear to you, and we've talked about it before.
Definitely to us. You know, I've had run-ins with the difficulty that can be addiction, even within my own family.
Yeah. So, talk about the show for a second, Nicole.
Right. And I also want to thank you guys very, very much for having all the Fringe artists on that you have had.
Oh, we love this guy.
It's been a difficult year for a lot of people in entertainment. And so we're all so excited to have a 13-day festival here in Orlando. There's over 70 different shows, and we were really lucky that we won the lottery to be able to put in our original show, which is called Requiem. And that is presented by my company called Opera del Sol. Mm-hmm. And it follows one woman's tragic life through trauma and opioid addiction. And we really wanted to tackle this subject matter because it has really touched my life, losing my ex-husband after his 10-year battle with addiction. And, as a healing way, I just really turned to music. And in 2019, with my incredible creative team, we decided to, make a full out show where we can use music to really start a dialogue and to start a conversation around such a subject matter that can be really, really heavy.
Yeah. I mean, I think the fact that you're pairing it with entertainment, a lot of times I always do best when if there's a heavy subject, because this stuff can get like kind of sad, right?
Yeah.
But I always do best when you kind of deliver the message to me in a creative way. I'm a creative type. So if I go to Fringe and see this type of show, this is the type of stuff that typically resonates with me. Tom can't get raccoons off his brain. I can see it in his eyes. I can see it in his
I'm
eyes.
writing down my questions.
Okay, fair
but-
enough. How did you come up with this, and was it difficult to decide that, because a lot of times some of the stuff that I've seen Opera del Sol do, you guys are like on a bus, doing like a pop-up show here, or you're doing like this very immersive opera while people are actually having a party. Now something like this might be a little bit more heavy. How did you guys decide to go in this typical direction, or untypical direction with writing this particular opera?
Well, everything that we do really has the community at the heart of what we do. And so what we want to really kind of do is create the soundtrack to social issues. And so what we thought would be really great is, yes, we have done pop-ups on trains and on the bus and things like that, but it's really about bringing music to people who may not be able to be exposed to it. And I just believe that music has so many healing properties. And this started out as a 15-minute piece we did for the Creative City Project back in 2019.
Yeah.
And it had such a cool response that we thought we would add an entire script and dialogue with this. And so in the last few months leading up to the festival, we really wanted to use this as a community advocacy piece. And, you've heard all the things that I love to do with the community, but I think it's really about using what you have to make your community a better place. And I just happen to have a music organization where I believe that we have an incredible team that can create these original pieces of art that can really speak to people in the community. And I just think, especially with seeing the numbers and hearing Sheriff talk over the last year, there are people who are hurting, and there are so many people who are not just addicted, but those people like myself included who have been affected by this crisis, by loving someone or losing someone.
Yeah,
so,
and we all have. And let's talk about that for a second.
Yeah.
Sheriff, where are we kind of at, if you could tell us, overall, like what you're seeing out there, where are we kind of at with this thing that we've been seemingly battling, especially in the state of Florida, for I don't even know how long now.
Then it got worse during the pandemic.
It did. It has gotten worse in the pandemic. What are you seeing, Sheriff?
Well, I'll tell you, we got involved in this first by understanding it from a clinical standpoint. And, we've identified that this is not a situation of trying to make bad people good, but rather sick people well.
Yep.
And we have an unprecedented dependence on substances at this time, particularly with opioids.
Yeah.
I think that we all now know the story of the Sackler family and Big Pharma and Purdue Pharmaceutical, and created this unprecedented addiction. But what has happened now is people are dying at record numbers because they're going to street-level fentanyl. And to give you kind of a comparison, in 2020 in Seminole County alone, which we know is a very affluent county, the third most densely populated county in the state of Florida, great school systems, wonderful quality of life, we had 741 overdoses in 2020 in 1 year.
Wow.
109 overdose deaths. And sadly, the unintended consequences of COVID-19 show a 40% increase in overdoses and about a 37% increase in overdose deaths. So another way to put that, there's never been a time in history that more people has died of anything within our community, if you take out COVID-19, than this. And, we had daily news conferences of COVID, and, we wore our masks and we were socially distancing, but this problem has been brewing right underneath our nose, and it's just not a local problem. It's a national problem. There's 100,000 people, that are dying each year of this.
And Sheriff, this is not just, and especially with opioid, it affects every single person because,
man, I've got buddies of every socioeconomic
Oh, yeah.
makeup that this is affecting. I've got the guys that
it
are
seems like the
barely
people-
living, and I got the guys that are rich and barely living, if that makes sense.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm on the board of directors for Victoria's Voice. That's David and Jackie Siegel, who are, billionaires with a B.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
And
remember
they
the
lost
story.
their daughter, Victoria, to this. And it's just their advocacy and people like Nicole and many others sharing their personal journey on this struggle. I will tell you, it makes society feel good there's actually a biological effect when you can help people, and saving somebody's lives is contagious, and that's what we want to kind of do in any way that we can. And partnering with the arts is a big part of that, because it gets the word out there, it sends the message, and we want people to know that there are people out there that are willing to help. And if you look at what we've done here in Seminole County, we've put together the Hope and Healing Center. We had the executives from Walmart give me a check for $750,000.
There you go.
Advent Health takes care of all the cost of this to get people clean, regardless of their level of insurance coverage.
That's awesome. And again, the show is called Requiem, OrlandoFringe.org.
Yeah, and I love what you said about healing people. I mean, that really is. This isn't good or bad. You know, I have wonderful.
Well, I tell you, yeah, and your viewers know this. Is look, you can't arrest your way out of this problem, and I would suggest that crime and community problems are symptoms of larger issues, whether they're substance use, mental health. We have to get people clean.
Oh, mental health is huge.
Yeah.
I mean, we preach that all the time on the show, and we're pretty open about that. But yeah, this is awesome, guys. This is really, really cool.
So why I have Sheriff Lima on the line?
Oh,
I
here
just
we go.
got a couple.
Oh, my God.
Sheriff.
What venue are you at, Nicole? I don't want to get out all the good stuff. Where can we
Yeah.
get our
Hey, listen. If you could transition from opioid overdoses to raccoons, you're really, really good.
No, what about raccoons on opiates? Because that's what I think I have a problem here. Because they're scratching to get in.
Yeah, they're very aggressive. I will say that they need it.
Well, yeah. What venue, Nicole, real quick?
Right. We have 3 more shows, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. We are inside the Orange venue, which is inside the Orlando Shakespeare Theater.
Oh, you got a good venue.
We do. We got the biggest one. And one really cool thing, Sheriff also sits on the board of directors for Project Opioid. And I had reached out to them when I heard that the Orlando Fringe Festival was going to have a community tent where people could take different shifts. And what has happened now, 10 out of the 14 days, Project Opioid has partnered with the Fringe Festival to actually distribute Narcan. And Aspire Health has provided peer support specialists. So anybody who needs access to resources or wants to learn more about Narcan, or maybe even triggered by some of the heavy content in our show, they can go to the community tent right after every one of our shows. And we have sold almost 600 tickets. So to know that 600 people have heard our message, but then also the thousands of people that are attending the festival now have had the opportunity to receive resources from Aspire and Project Opioid, as well as Narcan if they need it. So I think it's just about using what you have to, make the world a better place.
Indeed.
So.
Awesome. So Sheriff, I have this raccoon problem, and I'm a resident of Seminole County. My sons go to Seminole County schools. I pay taxes, lots of taxes.
Okay, that's not his problem.
But I call it the Castleberry Woods. And remember where the old burnt out Hooters was, and then it turned into a seafood restaurant.
That's my favorite Hooter.
And then it turned to now it's a car wash. The woods next to that in Castleberry, there seems to be a infestation of raccoons.
You want him to take SWAT out
there? No. I know it's not. This is an animal control problem. It has nothing to do with the sheriff. But I know the sheriff knows people.
Well, why would you waste his time?
No,
then?
because I know he's got influence.
Listen.
Huh?
Hey, keep talking, Tom, because you know what? It just reflects the quality of life that you have in Seminole County when the biggest problem that you have is raccoons living in some vacant land over there.
That's a good spin.
I know some people. I can help you out.
That's a good spin right there. Man, this guy's good.
And second...
You didn't know you were up against a guy this heavy.
Sheriff Lima, I'm sure you're familiar with the Gwaltney Trail, that I take it often with my sons to get over to the playground.
At the apartment complex that you shouldn't be in.
It says no motorized vehicles in a sign, right? And now I like to use my one wheel. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the one wheel, but it's like it's kind of like a Segway, but it's like a skateboard with one big wheel.
It's what nerd dads ride when you're tasing them and they've had too much to drink in a Buffalo Wild Wings parking lot. That's what happens.
And so it says no motorized vehicles, but I'm like, well, I'm pulling a wagon with my sons, and I'm not really bothering anybody. And, Sheriff, this is where I'm going with this. I look out for my community, and I'm looking around for any sort of danger or criminals.
Yeah, so you're basically patrolling.
So I'm kind of doing
Neighborhood watch patrol.
an active neighborhood watch with my sons.
Yeah.
Plus, I want to show my sons that I'm a hero, so I can't wait to encounter some
apprehend somebody.
that I'm holding.
I'm sure he's
everything,
frowns against.
Is this a segue into a request for me to deputize you?
Like Elvis, just like Elvis with Nixon. I can get him fat again. I'll get him fat
Sheriff,
again, and he'll be in your office, and you guys can shake hands awkwardly. Fat Tom gets deputized.
I want to be Castleberry Elvis.
You already are.
And I want you to bring me in to some sort of conference room where
and
there's
and you're wearing a silly cape. That's the best part of that photo with Elvis and Nixon is Elvis has on a cape.
And I not only want to be deputized, but I want my one wheel to be deputized to be able to go in areas that are technically off limits by motorized vehicles, but then I can show my, I'm a citizen patrol.
Your novelty badge.
I'm allowed because I'm scanning the environment.
Sheriff, what do you think about that?
Yeah, I'm going to have to give that some thought. I tell you what, I'm very familiar with the area and all that, and I bet you have the fancy one wheel, but don't those things go 30 miles per hour or so?
No, I'm taking it easy.
Yeah.
I mean, if I need to apprehend someone, I'm gonna lean forward and go
high-speed chase. Use a pit maneuver. You'll be using pit maneuvers.
Hey, I got a funny feeling after this airs, we're going to get like an influx of calls for service that there's some crazy guy driving through Wilshire and up and down Derbyshire on a one-wheel device.
Very familiar with
telling
Derbyshire.
people to slow down, and they want to know if he's a deputy or not.
No, he'll know he's not a deputy because he's holding a two-fisting white claw.
Well, that's my. You have to have a little bit of bravery to apprehend some criminals.
Oh my God!
I can't just get it.
Sheriff
Sorry,
Lima,
didn't know this was going to happen.
you did. I think everybody. I'm starting to blame the guests now because they know him. They know it. Nicole, we love you, and we love what you're doing. Sheriff, thank you so much for the time. And again, guys, you only have a couple more shows that you can check this out. If you're a Fringer, this is probably going to be one that you're going to want to see. If you want to, it's in one of the bigger venues. I like the bigger venue shows. They're really, really fun. And let's see, tickets are $12. You got to have a Fringe button. OrlandoFringe.org can tell you everything that I'm blanking on right now. Thank you guys for the time.
Yep.
Thank you.
And Sheriff,
Thank
Nicole,
you,
well, go ahead.
Yeah, and thank you, Nicole. If you haven't heard her story, you're going to hear the circuit. We're going to be doing a lot of work together. She's going to be actually partnering inside of our correctional facility, but remarkable courage for her to share that story. It helps others out.
Absolutely.
100%.
Nicole, we appreciate your bravery, and we love you, and we will talk to you very soon.
I love you too.
Thank you, Nicole.
Bye.
Thanks, Sheriff.
And thanks, Sheriff. We'll see you
See you
soon.
guys.
Yep, later.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, we did a lot of bad there. We did a lot of bad there. I blame that on you. I'm very uncomfortable right now.
Now I remember, when I get pulled over, I'm like, I
embarrassed myself on the phone with Sheriff Lima. You may remember me. I am known as One Wheel Raccoon Man. I don't think anybody wants to be known as that, right?
I'm the Raccoon
And
Man.
I can see, one of the things we talked about, because we're open baby now, is that we're going to be very honest on the show.
No.
And I can look into Nicole's eyes and see that she's done with us. I saw the friendship dissolve there. I did. And that would hurt a little bit. And anybody else that goes back and watches the video of this will look in my eyes and see that I'm sad because you're ruining a friendship that we have.
No.
I hear her on the Jim Colbert show, and it's all business. She comes on here, and it's all non-business. It's all just tomfoolery.
No, we got the business out. I just need to network while we have these people on the phone because they won't talk to me.
The chat room disagrees with you. They think Nicole likes us, but I disagree. There was
No,
one point.
no.
There was one point you guys will remember when the sheriff was like kind of playing with us a little bit. Where she sat back, and I'm like, "That's it. That's it. She's done with us. We'll never see her again."
Yeah, because he's, the sheriff.
He's got a little bit of us in him.
Yeah. Well, you got to be.
He's a man. He's got a little bit of dum-dum in him because he's a man. He's not an elevated. He's not a woman. I always say women are just
women of the art. They're sophisticated.
Yeah, they're sophisticated, and we're just not those guys.
See,
now
me and Sheriff Lima,
he is, but he's had to work really hard.
Yeah.
To earn that. You though, I don't know, man. You always say that I embarrass you. Like I embarrassed you over at Publix today because I'll get into a conversation with people and then I'll make some comment about my IBS.
That's way more embarrassing.
No, this was very embarrassing because people hear this. That was only 3 people. This is thousands of people, or if according to radio people, millions of people heard that.
Millions.
Millions.
Oh, we should be rich.
I was told when I did radio that millions of people would hear me. The only people that heard me were a couple thousand, and it was just the weather. Not a big deal.
All right. Oh, bye-bye. Welcome back to A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
It is. Oh, yeah, I'm Dan. It's voicemail time. Sorry, I wanted to go right to voicemails. I get tired of saying who I am. Sometimes I just want to be like, just go right into it.
Yeah.
Voicemail messages. Easy to leave us a voicemail message. You can do so using our app. You can just hit the button. It's labeled mediocre messages, or call this number 1-844-TOMNDAN. Those are the numbers you call. Let's go with this one. I think this is a very, very, very interesting question. I believe this gentleman is watching us in the chat room currently.
What's up, TND? Shart and Randy here. Recent episode, y'all were talking to Butler, and he brings up the fact that he's left-handed. So he is a left-handed chopper. I myself, also left-handed, also a chopper. I call on the TND scientific community to figure out, does being left-handed puts you at a higher propensity for being a chopper? I think probably, because I blame being left-handed on all my flaws. All right, guys, take it easy.
I did not know Butler was left-handed. That's how little I noticed.
Wow, that's that
You
should
knew
be,
he was
that
left-handed?
should be. I make comments about it all the time. My dad was left-handed. Butler. If I know Butler the way I think I know him, around the corner, he is a little bit sad because that means
Butler, get in here. I didn't.
Oh yeah, he's sad. He's going slow. He's wiping tears.
Do you?
Why are you being mean to our
do you
friend?
ride your one-wheel Goofy too?
Hold on, let me
right.
put you on Sam's microphone there. Hold on.
So
Yes, sir.
completely left-handed, everything Goofy.
Well, I mean, I'm mildly ambidextrous, so
Of course you are.
I bat left-handed, pitch right-handed, and I play tennis right-handed, golf left-handed and right-handed. I do
That's
random things.
That's a good skill if you can do
I
both.
play ping pong left and right-handed.
Oh, can you beat Tom in ping pong?
No.
Probably.
You know, ping pong's.
All right.
Tom hasn't played in a minute, and his left finger is black because his paddle's too small.
Yeah,
So
true story.
Had to bring those back.
I wonder if being like some sort of chopper traits, like maybe because
My dad wasn't a chopper.
Yeah. I don't know if
He was left-handed though, but it could still work. It could be like, is there a higher concentration of left-handed choppers than there are right-handed choppers? Well, that would lead me to believe no, because there are certainly more right-handed people than there are left-handed people, right?
How much of it, like an inconvenience, is it nowadays? Is it barely noticeable? Like I didn't even
My
know.
dad used to hate it. He'd because we'd go to a seafood restaurant, and he wouldn't want to sit on the inside. Like, it was always a seating thing. It was always like, no, I can't sit there because then my fork hand for my fried flounder will be hitting over the salt and pepper. I knocked over the malt vinegar, for God's sake. You know, like, it'd be like a weird thing. He'd be elbowing us, so we'd have to give him, like, his own side. Or maybe that's just because he hated the family and wanted to be left alone.
Yeah, well, but there's one side, your left hand would, so you'd have to sit.
Yeah. It's kind of like the reason that they made the spiral staircases in, like, castles on the outside is so, as you were defending the castle, your armed hand, traditionally your right, would be able to slash at people instead of being stuck in.
Okay,
I'm using real facts here. Your left hand would have been closer to the wall. You can't get a good whack on people, so they put it on against the left side, so you have your right hand ready to chop some people's hands off.
Chop
right?
them.
Yeah, you got to chop candles and stuff.
You know what? Now that Butler's here, this brings up. I saw on the BDM page that guy who ran after some teens that were in a hit and run.
Yeah.
With it, like it was.
Yeah, Butler's one of those guys.
So on his Ring doorbell, it shows this BDM. He's standing outside by his car, and he's on the phone. I think was he calling the cops?
By the
or
way,
something?
this is a hot take. Is it Hot Take Thursday?
Yeah.
When you're on your phone shirtless in your driveway, I think you're trash. Is that okay? That's allowed, right? That's allowed. I think that's allowed.
Yes.
When you are if you have just on shorts,
Yeah.
just shorts, typically boxers a lot of times, which is weird. But shorts, no shirt, and you're on the phone, you're talking loud, you're trash. You're just a trash person, and I'm sorry. But a lot of people do it. When I see you, I judge you.
Well, it is a tell that you're comfortable being in your front yard in in your boxers because
you navigate that a lot. You're checking on your trash cans, looking for possums.
It's like
setting off fireworks. I don't know, smoking cigarettes. That's trashy.
Bearing money.
It's like if you got sweatpants on.
I do this one. I'm trashy.
You're fine in Walmart, right? It's the environment you're in.
I wear joggers anywhere and a dirty Britney Spears shirt. I'm trash. I'm just saying, trash sharpens trash.
So I believe, and maybe we'll get this gentleman on the phone to defend himself. But
I'm right here, Tom.
What? No.
This BDM.
Because I started looking at it, and he's on the phone. He showed the video on the BDM page, and he's on the phone, and all of a sudden, now you can kind of see like tiny like figures running in the background. And he takes off running after them. Right?
He goes.
And
it's a brave man.
And I was like, that's a chopper move because you're just you're chasing someone that's running, but before even asking questions to himself, he just immediately started chasing after them. But he's not really saving any lives or anything.
What did I say to you? I said, man, in this day and age, especially with kids getting a hold of guns and stuff, that's a good way to get shot.
Oh, yeah.
In your boxers, which is the worst way to get shot. I don't want to get shot in my boxers.
So I
want to have a lot of clothing on when I get shot.
Now, I understand you're...
Oh, my God, Samantha's in our chat room. You're on vacation. Get the hell out of here.
Like, I understand that if you're trying to be a hero and you're trying to save some lives, or you're trying to chase after someone who stole someone's purse, or maybe he hurt someone and you're trying to capture him or stole something. I understand you're running from the scene of an accident is a crime.
Running over to help somebody, too. Like, if this guy was sprinting over to provide resuscitation, I see all of this. I see all of this, man.
But essentially, you're just chasing down the teens. But they would have gotten caught unless it was a stolen car or something. Maybe it was that, because there are some situations like, if the car's stolen, they stole it, they hit and run, and then now they hurt someone and they're running away. Maybe I could justify you chasing them down. But if they're like in their own parents' car or something, like car that they own, like they'll be easily caught. You don't have to run after them.
Yeah,
I
worry about the guys do it. You get hurt.
The police will find them, I assume. Again, unless it was a stolen car, and then it's kind of like. But then even at that point, it's like, if it is a stolen car, now you're dealing with teens willing to steal a car. Like Daniel said, if they got a gun and you're attacking them, and then they're they pull out a gun, they're scared, they shoot you. Yeah. It's like,
or they run you over. Like if they back into you, like a lot of things can happen, man.
It's like most likely they'll be caught, right? In this day and age, like how far are they going to run? Anywhere?
I get the medical help though. One, like why wouldn't you? Like if you can offer medical help to somebody, or at least call 911. I get all of that. You should be a good person. You should try to help the people, but I do worry about running after people.
But I feel like this is something Butler would do.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think
he's done it before. He's done it here.
Yeah, no, I know. If you saw someone running from the scene of a crime, you just take off running after them?
Take off running, and then I don't know. I wouldn't try to tackle them or anything, but I'd definitely wing a rock at their back windows. I'm like, look for the guy with the broken back window. Like,
oh, you're doing that. Oh, look, we got Encyclopedia Brown in here. He's solving the crime. Oh my God! And where did I get that reference from?
Well, first they're on foot, Butler. Look
for the guy with a rock hole in his head.
Yeah. I killed the teen for you, and the cops are like,
but it's an old teen. It's fine.
Case closed.
The taking off running after someone is like, it's not
Have you ever done it?
No, it's not my first instinct.
I've never done it.
Because I start doing calculations are like, why are they running? What good is catching them going to do? Yeah. What am I going to do and experience once I do catch them? Like, all these things roll through my mind. Again, now, if it's me personally or my family, I'm running after them. Right. But I'm just saying, a stranger watching and then people take off running, I'm not running after them.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what the situation I'm running into.
Yeah, you could run into something really bad.
And I'm like, that's why we have police. like, what am I going to do? Now, again, if I think I'm going to save someone's life or something, or like anything that but I'll do some calculations before I take off running. I'm just saying the taking off running is a chopper move. And
most people can't run either. Ghost of Manu Bull in our Twitch chat room, twitch.tv/TomAndDanLive if you'd like to watch these videos live. He says, I was obese for most of my life, so running was not an option for about 25 years. Yeah, I think like most people aren't just out of pure health. I mean, what are you going to do? And I'm saying for most people.
Yeah,
you
you're
know,
not
like,
catching
myself
the team.
included. I'm just saying, like, you're not going to be able to.
Although that BDM, he took off.
Oh,
and
he's fast.
he was
lean.
skinny. Yeah,
He's lean.
Yeah.
Where was that at? DeBerry? It seemed like a
That
DeBerry
didn't look-
thing.
No. It
How dare you.
looked a little Deltona-y.
I'm
That's
starting.
better.
It looked a little Deltona-ish.
I'm starting to press on DeBerry.
Well, Deltona is eating DeBerry. It's happening. It's a Pac-Man scenario. I mean, it's happening.
You know, it's not the main character from Hills Have Eyes,
No,
but
no.
it's one of the partners.
Yeah.
It's the guy who's the lookout for
It was the really, really big guy with the cross eyes.
That's DeBerry Joe.
DeBerry Joe doesn't have a speaking role, but he's menacing looking.
All right, let's do.
Oh, man, you pissed off the chat room.
Oh, God! You little
DeBerry.
babies who
Got
get
a
mad.
lot of
I make fun
DeBerry.
of the place I live.
It's Hot Take Thursday. You're allowed to do that. Here's a hot take. DeBerry is just exactly Deltona, just missing some letters. How about that? How about it's the same thing, and I don't even know where it ends or begins.
And it's also, it sounds like you were saying the Bears and then switched it to Barry. Stupid.
Okay, you want another voicemail?
Yeah.
Or did we even do one? I don't think we did. I think we just brought...
No,
oh, yeah,
okay.
we did the left-handed
Oh,
one.
yeah.
Okay. Let's try...
You gotta leave. You can leave. He was all right.
What happened?
No, Butler's like, go get out of here now. Pick
When's he
someone
going to
up.
go poop in a box? Right?
Yeah.
Is your wife doing another thing for you?
Oh, pooping in boxes all day.
Oh, we should expose one day how much healthy
tests,
lunch
the tests he does.
Butler punts in the trash.
Oh, no, he's always doing tests. She's making him, like, do blood tests. He's always getting peptides shot into his gut. He
Oh,
has
my
to
God.
crap in a box.
Oh my God! I realized that Butler's wife just married like a crash test dummy.
That's the funniest thing. She's doing all these crazy tests.
Experiments.
This is like that Walrus movie with Kevin Smith. Screwing with him.
Yeah.
Eventually, you're just going to come in
She's
disfigured.
like, I need a guy that I
That's
can
so
test
stupid.
my
I need a dumb guinea pig.
That I'll poke full of all the
he's-
potions.
Every night he gets the full ice. He gets the shots.
Doo-doo in a box.
Crap in a box. Blood tests.
And she's like making
You
him. She's
poor
like,
man. You know what? I'm going to ease up on you. I'm not giving you crap anymore.
she's like,
I feel bad for you.
Eat these vegetarian organic hot dogs for lunch.
Yeah, and you know what I
she's like,
do?
poop in the box.
And, you know what? And I'm the good one because I'll see him scraping these fish green beans into the trash, and then I'll just hand him some Doritos. I'll be like, "You've earned this, man. You've earned this."
That's what it is.
That's why she doesn't
That's
like
why.
me though, because I enable him. What I've been buying those Doritos 3Ds are back. Remember those?
Oh, what if it throws off his peptides? Because
Don't throw off the peptides.
because the only thing that is supposed to work cohesively with the GD organic hot dogs, and you're giving Doritos.
And then he gets bigger. Big long coater.
Little smart water bottles. Yeah.
Two smart water bottles growing out of his chest. I'm like, she's like, have you been eating Doritos 3Ds? Because it'll elongate your breast tissue.
It interacts with the peptides. Like a big old.
Big peptides. Riptides. Carry out to sea. Never be seen again. Okay. Well, let's hope that doesn't happen because that would be terrifying.
Are you joking? That'd be the best thing in the world. Okay, because I'll tell you why. If Butler accidentally grew
giant
peptides because we gave him Doritos, it's not our fault. We just gave the guy Doritos. Yeah, but it's his wife's fault for experimenting on him. So we're in the clear.
Oh my God, that's funny. You do get a lot of experiments.
Yeah.
Like we had the pee towel where he was rubbing vagina cream on his face. He had. What else have you had?
Oh,
man,
there's-
well,
I have to stop drinking for
pooped
months
in a
at a
couple
time. Then
bogs.
he can't have weed for months at a time.
Oh, yeah.
I've spit in numerous
Yeah,
containers.
all those spit containers. I forgot about all of those.
Yeah, I got blood tests.
And then sometimes she sends you these like handmade soups and like little stews.
Oh,
and
you got
things
the
that you're supposed to
you got
eat.
the freeze gun too, right?
yeah.
cryo. You got the cryo freeze gun.
Oh yeah. What did that freeze? What did
Freeze
they
his balls
freeze?
off.
Your balls?
She froze them and they hit him with a sledgehammer just to see if they shatter.
T2.
Yeah, like I did with gummy bears when I was like 16 years old. I'd freeze my gummy bears and throw them on the tile.
All right, let's.
You poor man. All right, let's try this one.
Hey gang, Nurse Clark here. I have a topic of conversation I've been having with my friends lately, and I thought I'd get your opinions on it.
I like Nurse
So
Clark.
basically, it is what percentage of intelligence would you allocate to memory, the ability to memorize things? Because there are some people who can memorize names, dates, equations for tests. Basically, school is designed for those people, just to regurgitate this information for a test, right? But did they actually understand why those people were important, what those chemical compounds do?
That's me. I'm definitely like, my comprehension is extremely high. I'll max out on comprehension, but I won't know anything of what I'm doing. Like in German class, I spoke German in my class, but I just figured out how to memorize the tenses in the male and masculine form. And then at that point, you're just doing like a little bit of math and just memorization.
Well, there's a difference between like memorization, critical thinking, and reasoning, and there's all types of different ways humans' brains work. But I will tell you that there is a sweet spot of intelligence in our society, because people oh, that guy's super smart. But it seems like the smarter you get, the more...
Next thing you know, you're Wario on Saturday Night Live.
The further you get from normal. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? And then you become a weirdo. And there's really no way around it because, your intelligence is too high, or maybe you have Asperger's or something. Whatever it is, you just can't connect with other humans around you because of that, right?
He continues a little bit.
Those math equations are used for in practicality, whereas then you'll have somebody who's on the opposite end of the spectrum who might understand all of those things, but they don't remember the name of the person or the date or the actual equation used. So how much percentage would you put? It is important, but how much would you put on intelligence or memory for intelligence? All right, you guys, you have a good one. Bye.
What do you think there?
It's hard.
My memory is poor for certain things. I don't know what stimulates the memories that I have. I don't even know how you would categorize how mine works.
I don't know. Well, memory can help in a lot of different jobs and things. For instance, there's people that have crazy photographic memory. And McVay, the coach of
for whatever reason, every time you say McVay, I always go to McLovin, and then I have to talk myself out of
Sean McVay.
Yeah.
So he can remember plays from 5 years ago if you give him an exact game date and scenario, right before the half,
that's crazy.
Second quarter, you were on the 10-yard line, blah, blah, what play did you run? And he remembers it, right? I don't know what good that does moving forward. It only does good if you're able to take that data and somehow, turn it into an equation, which I don't think he can do. Maybe he can, but it's if you take your memory and the data of that and then somehow put it into an equation and come out of the other end, then obviously that offers an advantage. But just remembering things, for instance, there are people that are extreme intelligence that can do this. And there was this guy in our school, in high school, that you would give him a date in the past.
Every school, I believe, had our guy. He used to do this a lot. He'd go, and I'm not making fun, but it was just interesting because while he was thinking,
he's autistic.
Yeah, he had a thing, and he would tap his face, and then when he was done tapping, he could spit out the answers. And his was weird. It was almost his was the weather on the day.
Okay, yeah.
The weather on the day, which is kind of cool, I guess.
And there's people that have photographic memories that can remember insane things and just the amount that they can memorize books and stuff and things like that. Like the guy in that documentary about Price is Right. He just memorized the prices of everything in the Sears catalog or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And that's how he won. Doesn't necessarily mean, though, you're good at reasoning and figuring out problems, or even you're personable or have a good emotional intelligence. And there's other things that are important in this world, and just overall intelligence doesn't. You got to be more well-rounded.
I've used my reading comprehension to kind of fake it through live reads and things. I can get a live read and I can crank through it. And if I really read it well, if I take my time and I read it well, there's not much in there other than maybe the nuance of a couple of numbers maybe lining up or sounding similar that I'll get wrong.
Yeah.
And you and I've been able to use that cleverly with live reads. It's a skill to be able to kind of sight read it. I can get a piece of paper And like this press release, I won't read this one because it has nothing to do with it. But I can get a piece of paper and I can read and speak at a different cadence than I'm reading, which is very odd.
That is, I don't have that skill. That's a.
I can read it while I'm talking and saying other things, but my eyeballs are going through the bottom of the page while I'm referencing something I already read.
That's a talent.
I
can't do it. Yeah.
But I don't believe it's something I was born with. I think you could link it to comprehension. I think that this is just years and years of Chris Michaels handing me pieces of paper, and I would have to read it. And then after doing that for 15 years, I became very good at it.
Let's end with this. Let's bring my sons in and talk to them about.
This is what I wanted to do.
Minecraft.
I didn't think you were going to bring them in. Yes.
Hey boys, you want to come?
Yes,
talk
boys,
on the show? I wanna
please.
Talk to you about Minecraft. You can get on those mics.
Yeah, we'll put you right here, guys.
I just want to ask you about the Minecraft. Here, just
you can sit beside each other right here. One of you guys can use that one, and one of you guys can hold that one.
So, in the studio with us right now, we've got Maximilian Van and Thomas Van. How you boys doing?
Good. Hold on,
sorry.
I'm sorry. Sorry,
Mr.
guys.
Daniel,
I'm very sorry, guys. There you go. Mics are on.
Yeah. How you doing, Tommy?
Good.
So, let's talk about Minecraft, because it seems to be your most favorite video game, right?
Yeah.
And even though we have, what, Luigi's Mansion is disappointing, right? It's not that good.
Yeah. Well, why is Luigi's Mansion not as good as Minecraft?
Because there's only one player.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds like it was Santa Claus's fault.
No, you can get 2 players, but you have to get past a certain
I know what you're talking. Yeah, you have to get.
And then I'm like, well, should I beat this achievement because they don't want to watch just one? They want to play at the same time.
Right.
So let's talk Minecraft, because at the first when you first got Minecraft, all you guys did is build tall towers and then climb them and jump off and then build signs that said "keep off my property."
I thought that was the best thing I'd ever seen. The fact that you guys were guarding your towers and you'd put up signs for each other. Yep. I mean, I loved it. I thought it was super cool.
It was just tall towers that you jump off of, and then like an infinite amount of signs that say "get off my property."
Well, it sounds a lot like Deltona DeBerry. Yeah. Oh, you do? Yeah. Hold on. Let me get you. There you go. You're on.
Boys, you still make signs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
With Minecraft now.
Yeah, they put signs up all the time.
Now, I do...
Signs, everywhere the signs.
Let me ask you boys this, because you started off playing, like, survival mode. Is it called survival mode?
Yeah, survival.
Good job, Daddy. I like that.
And
he pays attention to you.
I like that mode because you guys had to find the diamonds, and you had to actually mine and find everything, and there was the zombies come at night, and then there's actual...
What about the chicken? You find a chicken.
Yeah, and you have to literally mine everything.
Whack him with a sword.
But then they have creative mode, which you guys have been stuck on for a while now.
Oh, yeah. Why would we? Yeah, let's stomp out creative mode, Dad.
No, but creative mode, you get everything for free, and you get diamonds.
Oh, you want the worth.
And then Max would make an endless chest room and then fill it full of diamonds.
By the way, that's what I do too. Did your dad tell you that? That I collect chests in the video games I play, and that the listeners write me emails on the Xbox and make fun of me, and they bully me.
So why do you make the endless chests of diamonds when it's unlimited diamonds? I asked you this at home. Like, why are you putting all the diamonds in the chest, Max?
Because I don't want anybody to steal my diamonds.
Okay,
that's what I said.
Hey, that's a good.
I thought that the ladies that worked for my mama stole her diamonds, but they did not. I found them in a jewelry box.
And then the people come to steal your diamonds. You stand out with your AK.
Yeah.
With your wife
or
with
a tiny gun. Yeah, and your wife has a tiny gun.
Yeah. Don't let them steal your diamonds.
Don't protest on my land.
So, Tommy, and with creative mode, you guys have built these elaborate houses, right? And you built a house that actually looked like the Nintendo Switch controller, right?
Very cool, man.
It was really cool.
That's awesome.
And you learned it from these YouTube videos you guys watch. Now, only on Fridays and the weekends. We had to limit it. But
you don't need to preface that. That's why I tell everybody I give my daughter Diet Pepsi all the time. We get no judgment anymore. I'm Diet Pepsi all the time. It takes the heat off everybody.
Okay,
yeah. All the sugar, all the candies, gummy worms, and Diet Pepsi. That was our breakfast this morning.
So now, with making all these different houses and stuff, what are your most favorite personalities on YouTube that you watch? Because it used to be Ethan Gamer TV.
Great.
Then it was Tom and Dan for a while. Not us, but the kids that do Minecraft.
Yeah.
But now it's a whole bunch of other characters. What are their names?
What's the guy that we don't like? What's the name of that annoying guy? You remember?
Daddy.
How dare you?
Sorry.
Let's talk about snorkeling.
Don't move so fast.
Huh?
Let them have
He's
time to answer.
He's doing his interview mode, right?
Yeah, Lee. It's difficult to answer questions when you just want to move on.
Now you know how all the guests feel. Oh, God. Now these might as well be the Wayne brothers sitting here. It's the same thing. You guys are just getting bombarded by this guy that won't shut up.
Well, I can gauge whether they want to answer the
I
questions or not.
don't know if your gauge is working.
Oh, well, is this your show? Do you have a podcast? Do you interview? I just had the Sheriff Lima of Seminole County on, and we did a hard-hitting interview.
And he asked him about the raccoons in Castleberry Forest. It was very embarrassing.
Tommy, who's a better snorkeler, you or Max? You got to talk in the microphone. Say who you think is better.
I don't know.
Okay, it's fine. No pressure.
It's me.
Well,
Max is the better snorkeler. Why do you think why are you the better snorkeler?
Because Tommy gets water in his snorkel all the time.
Oh, yeah. I used to get water in my snorkel all the time.
But who's the faster swimmer?
Tommy.
Oh,
boy, getting ready for MMA. Let me tell you something. I am the better swimmer. Dig it.
All right, boys. Now, we are going to eventually figure out how to make a YouTube channel so you boys can play Minecraft, and then you can put it out there for likes and subscribers, right? That's our plan, Max, right? Our business
Eventually,
plan?
what I'd like to do... Okay. My God.
You're going to hurt the ears of the people who are listening.
That's fine. They've
already given up. That was because of us.
They don't matter.
I would like to get a hot tub that the boys can sit in and play video games on Twitch.
Okay.
Now that Twitch has a hot tub section now.
Okay.
Oh, we could. Oh,
you could do it in your own hot tub.
Yeah, so
totally allowed.
So we can sit in the hot tub.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe I'll sit there with you.
Yeah, it's fine. That won't look weird.
We'll get mom in there.
Yeah. I gotta get mom in there. We're getting a lot of donations today. Wow, that's weird.
And
Tommy's had it. He's out.
And I can be your boys' manager, and that's my dream. That you boys will eventually start putting video game content on YouTube. Then because I know this business. You know, your old man knows how to monetize small media.
He does.
So I could help you monetize that. We'll get some sponsors. We'll get.
What kind of products do you guys think you would like to advertise? If you had to tell people, hey, try this, what would you tell people to try? A food product?
What about Poppets? That's a new thing. That's they love that. We could hawk those on our
Snapping Pops.
No. There's this thing. It's like plastic Chinese garbage that you push these little indentations in and out. It's kind of like popping
bubble wrap, but it's basically
reusable bubble wrap.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And now the kids these days also
it's like a fidget thing.
It's a fidget.
Among Us. Let's talk about Among Us, because you guys you liked playing Among Us, or you liked the idea of it. Then when we actually got the game, you weren't that interested in it. Why not?
Because nothing happens.
It's boring, right? That's what I said, and that's what we got this. He's daddy's age. His name's Juan. He tried to tell me Among Us was cool, and I played it on the show.
Is that the one where you have to figure out who the murderer is?
What is it called?
Imposter.
The imposter. Yeah.
It's like little frogs with helmets on.
Yeah. My daughter. Yeah, Maisie. My daughter. Maisie has. Yeah, she draws the guys, but she won't play.
It's a bunch of frogs with helmets, and they go around, and one of them's the imposter, and then it's like cerebral type of game where it's like
that one's
Clue.
one player too, right?
And then someone's
that's
sus.
one player.
What's the words now? They're sus.
Sauce.
Yeah. That's suspicious. I don't know. You don't know that. You're
Sus.
Mr. Daniel's sus.
Oh yeah, he's real sus.
Why are you guys bullying me? That's not fair. My daughter bullies me. This is not what.
Yeah, he's got red bumps on his butt.
Okay, let's not take work away from me. It's the only thing I like. If you take work away from me, I will do bad things to myself.
All right, boys. Thank you for being on the show. This is what I want you to see what
the chat room just weighed in and they said I am in fact sus.
they know.
Yeah, they know.
Yeah. So like most people don't know what their dad does for a living. They're like he goes to an office.
Well, do they know what this is? Do they know what we're even doing right now?
I don't know. Do you know
Maisie
what
does
this
not.
is? This is going out on this thing called radio.
You're on the radio right now.
Yeah.
How does it feel to be on antiquated technology that you'll never know what it is by the time you get to be our age?
Yeah, even like a podcast is going to be the radio of your future. Like you're going to be like, podcast. That's what they did in the early 2000s.
It's old. Do you guys listen to any podcasts? Do you listen to Daddy on the podcast ever?
No.
Yeah.
No.
How do you guys remember when I showed you the video of me jumping Gravedigger? That was cool, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Max is right or die.
Yeah, Tommy, what do you think about that?
He hates us. I can feel it. Yeah, he's not into this.
Did you see all my stunts from back in the day? I got a bunch of them on YouTube.
Did you see the one where he's in a tiny bikini?
No, don't talk about that one.
Washing cars?
No, I see what you're doing.
Well, no, Daddy, like the Nagy Butt girls at the bikini car wash.
No.
Yeah, now I got it. I know how to run an interview. I ask the right questions. I pull it out of the person we're interviewing. I make them comfortable.
All right. So, boys, you want to lead us out of here? Usually we just yell bye-bye.
Yes.
So do you want to
This is
give...
great.
Oh, no.
Oh, he's out. I told you, he's out. He's already a Baywatch bikini car wash.
Daddy has a big bathing suit.
What?
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah.
No.
What does that mean?
No, Crystal got me... She's been watching this YouTuber, this family that goes and travels around...
Mr. Beast? Are you doing sketches like Mr. Beast?
No, she's been watching this family that goes around and lives in an RV, and they do homeschool, and they do they have these adventures or whatever.
And it's called Our Kids Will Never Be Normal.com.
What is it?
It's the Mom Trotter.
Okay.
And they went to Colombia and they all wore matching bathing suits. So I looked up the brands.
I'm in.
And I got us matching bathing suits.
I love it. You know I'm into that stuff.
TC's, for some reason, is
Jumbo.
extremely jumbo.
Put it up here. Put it under your boobies.
I'm
It's
not
like
joking.
so balloony.
It is. She got me a large, which I'm like, this is
large, that's
YouTube
what
fatso
size-
size.
Shorts
No, a
you wear
large
a
would be normal. You're not a medium shorts.
No, yeah, you're a large in chubbies. Why would I assume
I'm not
that?
Yeah, but they're
I'm
chubbies.
not even a medium short.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, I got myself an extra large one piece, and it is like for a baby doll.
Well, they assume the dad of the family is a
He's
big
the
fatso
chungus, yeah. He's a big
chungus.
chungus.
And I got I'm not joking. Oh, you hear that? They love the
See, I know how to do it. I know what I'm. See,
Chungus.
I know what I'm doing. Me and Tommy are bonded. This happened on the walk. Tommy and I are Team Pickle. Like, I'm telling you.
Yeah, I was telling them about the chungus song.
Yeah. Oh, here, I got a little more. I love the laughter. I love it.
So anyway, the bathing suit's 3 feet long and 2.5 feet wide.
It's
and,
really big.
and literally it goes below my knees and it looks like a skirt.
You gonna wear it, bro?
No, we're gonna. What do we do? Return
I'm
it?
just gonna return it. Yeah.
What are you boys saying?
Are they whispering curse words?
Oh, I hope so.
What are you saying?
Or not.
The
I
C
mean,
word, the S word.
Guys, say what I called the Dunkin' Donuts lady the other day.
A stupid idiot lady.
Oh my goodness, Max.
Don't
Max had it down. He's like, a stupid idiot woman. Horrible. A vile. A disgusting individual.
And I was holding my gun in front of my mansion.
All right. Well, you want to get them to lead us out of here? We still
Yeah,
gotta come back.
You
but-
guys, you guys want to give a bye-bye to everybody?
Bye-bye.